I just feel like I'm like
Sweet,
real
we
bad
gotta
at
go, man.
Yeah, I
We
know.
got time. You over here on X.
Yeah, no, I got.
it. And we're looking for a funny video. The
Hey, no, I have some. I have
just
some
started.
playbacks. I have some playbacks.
Is it rolling right now, or
Yeah, it's rolling. It's rolling.
that one too?
Yeah, yes, sir.
All right, then let's get this episode
Hey,
going.
hey, don't tell me what's. Hey, so y'all know who Sophie Rain is? The OnlyFans model.
Why do you know?
Sophie Rain. The good reasons.
I invest for research purposes.
In my future, in her future. This girl, she made $48 million this year.
Yeah, I heard.
Off OnlyFans. She's a girl that's always like putting promotionals on X.
I don't have X.
We need to get X.
I just like I feel like I already spent enough time on Instagram. I'm like, I don't need any more social media to try to check.
Yeah, I
agree.
I'm done with social media.
Yeah, but she was making like $1 million like a day or something. It was something dumb.
I think
crazy.
it was
Or a week.
A week probably.
Yeah, I realized what I don't like about social media, or just about socializing, is getting messages. A lot of little messages, like
Yeah.
even though some of it means a lot. Let's say, for example, somebody would say "Happy Thanksgiving," and then I feel like I have to say that because a lot of people respond and say stuff to you, so then you have to respond to everybody. It's like little things. So honestly, I started finding myself, I prefer emails than text than anything.
Yeah.
Like calls first and then email.
Yeah, those don't go any longer than they need to.
Exactly. And then you say everything you need to say. It's not like, hey, and he's like, what's up? What's up? How you doing? You know, it's like you're going to come correct and you're going to come with everything you try to ask.
Also, no one will ever be like, they'll email you and just be like, yo.
Exactly.
But text, they'll do that. And you're like,
Yup.
Which day can you do? I didn't respond. Hit me up. Hey, can you do this?
that's crazy.
When are you gonna
you do
like you gotta pitch it. You gotta,
Getting all
you
these
gotta give me
instructions.
something.
I think that's one thing that I learned so early on like just us dancing for people is like how often you just get no details.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why one thing I try to do, and I feel like I know Kenny does it too, is just, or all of us really. You'll see the money in the first message.
Yep.
Be like, yo, this is a date. Here's a time. Are you free? This is the amount of pay. Let me know. And just, it's all there.
It's a skill.
So just, you can make all the decisions right then and there instead of being like some people, I remember just back in the day being like, hey, are you free Saturday?
Yeah.
And then you don't know what it's for. It's to hang out or something. You're like, yeah, I'm free. It's like, cool. I need help moving and stuff. I'm like, oh, hold on. I'm not free. I'm not free for that. Yeah.
All this stuff. What are you doing, man?
Hey man, let me get in the zone. I need to get in the zone.
Love too.
All right. So, all right, guys. How are y'all doing? All right.
I've been sitting down for an hour.
Hey man,
It's not been an hour, but it's been a minute.
not talking, just sitting down.
Just sitting down waiting on this to start.
Hey man, we starting now. Hey,
Welcome to the hot pot sauce.
hot pot.
The sauce is hot.
Yeah.
Hot pot where the sauce is hot.
Y'all need to stop.
Yeah, we got.
We got Kenny in the building.
All right, man. Hey, look, man. We got the celebs in the house today in this dearly special episode, and hey, man. So I don't know. I don't even know where we want to start. We have at least a good, I think, like 7 different topics, and they kind of expound into.
We got to
different
go
areas.
through them because I'm sure they're gonna
Yeah, man. We're already wasting an hour
be longer than we
and a
think.
half.
Too long. And a half. Jeremy, 2 hours and a half.
Tabs.
All right, so let's think. If we got 7 topics, how many realistically do you think we'll get through?
Oh, man. Unless we have a timer to time everything.
I don't know. I think we'll be able to get through all of them because some of them are real quick. I feel.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. So without further ado, we're gonna go straight into this topic, and this is something that just recently happened. But you guys were crowned the winners.
Oh, man. I knew it was coming.
It was cool. Yeah, we're going straight into it today.
Oh, man.
Hey, so y'all are crowned the winners of the Raygun Dance Challenge.
No, we're
Still got me hot.
crowned the Tide. The Tide winners.
How does it feel to be tied with? I don't know. I don't even know the age group of the people that were there, but
High school, I'm sure.
you think so?
I think. Or I mean, I guess it could be middle.
What's a studio? So
Yeah, it's a whole studio.
I feel like,
Yeah.
but you know
Yeah.
what? It was the dancers were young, but then the people behind it
Yeah.
or like the whole.
So do you think
were
the
a whole
dancers,
human.
the dancers behind the kids that were dancing, do you think that they were in charge of the social media doing all this
For
stuff?
sure.
and
Oh, for
posting
sure.
all
For
that?
sure. For
Communication.
Because there's always like this older guy
hmm
more
Yeah.
talking about it, and he's
Yeah.
probably like the owner of the studio.
And they're probably a crew. There's probably other members as
Man,
far.
that thing just made me so mad. And honestly, like, I won't even lie. If we go back, I wouldn't do it.
No, I think it was good that we did it. All right, so let's explain the situation for those that didn't see. So there's a Raygun dance competition, and the winner gets $10K prize money. And
Talk to him.
at first we were hesitant about it, and I was just like, hey, you know what? Let's just use this as an opportunity to really push breaking forward and get some good dancers in the spotlight. And if we make money at the end of the day, then that's a bonus. But ultimately, it's to showcase that there's better dancers and just good dancers out there.
So in conclusion, Jeffrey was a bad idea.
It's all his fault.
So we did it. We did it, and we were chosen to be in the top 3 panelists.
Wait, so,
Everybody who entered.
so I think this is the part.
Top four.
Yeah, top 4 out of I don't know how many submissions,
Yeah.
but it was over 100 for sure because
Yeah.
I saw all the tags.
Yeah.
But I actually, so kind of going into it, do y'all think what was the motivation behind it? Like, because I know a lot of people were like, "Man, this is pretty whack." Like, no one don't want to dance in a Raygun challenge and
For sure.
kinda
And then the
follow behind
audio
that.
is like a rapping commercial
Uh-huh.
about a credit card. and-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I don't think people actually listen to, but it was,
Definitely
the song
not.
was pretty bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, the idea behind it is literally it's an opportunity for
Yeah.
whoever wins. At least that was the idea. Whoever wins is gonna get some type of publicity.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because everything Raygun's done has been amplified to
Yeah.
the 10th. So that was the goal, winning it and just being like one of the breakers scene that's been a talented breaker, you know?
Yeah.
So what it turned into was more of it was like a tug of war between
Literally.
It was like who could market the best?
No,
Yeah.
That's
the worst thing.
basically what it turned out to.
Before to even that part, before the voting really even started, though, it was just crazy because like we post, and the founder of the credit card Finder, he's over here. This is beyond insane about our post, like, and then Finder comments, "This is insane," and
they're loving our
they
post.
loved it.
Mhm.
They're loving our post.
Beyond insane.
How much do they
with
love
like a
you?
period?
How much
like-
do they love you?
And there's 3 judges.
Yeah.
There's 3 judges.
Who none of them are dancers, of course.
None of them are dancers. And
That's
they're
wild.
commenting on our post like, this is insane, beyond insane.
Yep.
And they're doing more on our post than they did to others.
Yeah.
So
And
we're
then-
like, okay.
Yeah, then come to the actual post, and they're actually commentating on it. And then the one guy's like, "Good effort, 6."
Yeah. So,
like,
so
what?
yeah. So
Mhm.
imagine if you just saw the people up there voting, saying this is insane, our post is insane, yada yada. And then we're the 3 judges. And then when they're doing the playback of the video of us dancing, they're like, I wish I would have saw more Raygun.
Yep.
It's a 6.
It's a 6. More Raygun. And then the other guy, more Raygun. And this is how I know it was scripted. Because, like, nobody would ever picture someone saying that. And it was just crazy because, like, if you actually go back and watch it, the girl in the middle, she's like, "Yeah, I wish I would have seen more." And before she even says it, the other guy, more Raygun. My bad.
Like right before
More
she
Raygun.
even,
And I'm like, okay, this definitely, like, this is what I hypothesized is that they were like, well, we need to say something to, like, you know, we can't make
Like equalize?
we gotta criticize it somehow. And
Yeah.
they don't know anything about dancing, so they couldn't actually give it anything good. So like, what about more Raygun? And the founder's probably like, yeah, it's a good idea.
Mhm.
So he knows what she's gonna say.
yeah.
Mhm.
So he buds in before she even gets her line out. So I know that thing was scripted, and it just makes you think. I'm like, so what? Like, why are they trying to make it look like we're worse than what we are?
Yeah, like it's not genuine. The fact that they told us, "Hey, y'all are killing it on our post. We're killing it." We made top
Yeah.
3 or top 4. How do we make top 4 if we're a 6? And like you know, like
Literally.
you literally gave us praise on our post, but
alright.
then for
And they only
Man,
put scores for 2
we made
of them.
top 1.
Yeah,
we made
yeah.
top 1.
And the thing is, they only put scores for 2 out of the 4. The
Yeah.
other
The 4
score was
finalists.
the Australian b-boy J Attack, and they were like 8, 9. You know, they rated it really high. So it's just weird that they even left that in for us.
yeah, I
And
just
the other crews didn't get any
So
scores.
wait, so J Attack was the guy that entered into
What-
the
was it
Olympics,
Jay
right?
It was the
Or
Australian guy.
Or is it
Okay.
something J something else? I can't remember.
I think it's J
it
Attack.
was, it was
I think it
J.
was
It was,
Attack.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we'll look
Okay.
into it.
well, it was weird because we're the only ones they critique.
Yeah.
They didn't critique any of the other people. They gave us a low score
Yeah.
after they praised us on our post. This doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. So I'm like, if we weren't that good, if we're a 6 and there's other talented people out there, why even bring us on the finalists?
Yeah.
Like that doesn't make sense. That's where there's a disconnect because like, oh, if we're bad, then don't put us on the finalists.
I
But
think
there was other crews.
they knew we were the top 4 or top 1. They knew that. So they knew it'd be weird if we didn't make it.
Top 2, but not 2.
But then I feel like they wanted to like put us up there. Like, okay, well, we got to put them on the top 4. But what can we do to make them not as good? We could try to criticize them for not having a ray gun for whatever that means. Give them a low score.
And nobody else put Raygun in their videos.
No one.
Nobody else.
All the other videos, they don't have anything.
Yeah,
you know?
So, like, I saw like a little bit of Raygun, but it's like,
but none of the ones that made it.
Yeah, it's like that doesn't even matter. It's not a who can dance like Raygun challenge. It's just a dance.
Who could dance better? Honestly, it was who could dance better. It's like you think you could do better than me?
Exactly.
Go ahead. So that was the whole idea for them.
Yeah.
To get people involved. And for us, we were like, oh, this is an opportunity because there's going to be a lot of talented dancers out there. Why not be one of the ones that make it up top? So
yeah, I'm just going to say like, it's already like compromised whenever like the ones that are throwing the event, they voted for another group.
They voted. Finder voted in the poll. So the people throwing the vote voted in it.
Against us.
Like,
so let me read this off. So here are the judges. So we have John Pierce, right?
Oh, you know how I found out what he does? He's one of the Wiggles.
Really?
Yeah, you remember the Wiggles?
No.
Like where they each had the colored. It's like a purple guy, yellow guy. It's like, I don't know. I want to say Disney Channel, but it might not be.
That's familiar.
It's so old.
But it's like, I don't know. I remember fruit salad. Yummy.
Yo, hey, get this man out of here.
Get him out of here. But that's the one who gave us a 6.
And then we got Jane Liu, so founder and CEO of Showpo, Shark Tank judge.
Yeah, she was the one that kind of gave us a pretty good.
Yeah, but I feel like they
but she brought it up. But she
had to.
She's the first one to critique us, and then once the others jumped on it, and then she had to, save face a little bit.
Yeah, they knew they couldn't all give us a 6.
I'm gonna give them an 8.
Yeah.
And lastly, we had Fred, and I don't even know how to say his last name. Fred Shabesta. He's a founder of Finder, so he's a guy that
behind it all.
That
said we're killing it and insane.
In the comments beyond insane, and then gave us a 7. He gave us a 7.
7.
Yeah,
it's all good. You look at the percentage, you see that we won, but for some reason they wanted to.
But it's weird how you could join they posted a contest, and then they judged or they voted in the poll, against us. Like
that's just it's unethical.
Wait, right? Are we able to see who they voted for?
No, but I mean context clues.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
So pretty much at the end, there were about almost 8,000 votes. So that means Rad has solidified over 3,500 votes.
Yeah.
Same thing with the other crew. And when I did the calculation myself, right at that particular time period, the spread per each percent represented about 70 votes.
Yeah.
So if we're ahead by 1%, then that means we would at least have 70 votes ahead of the other competition.
So at least the way I saw it, it was like because it was our time was 7:00 that it ended.
Yeah.
I think it was at 7 we're both tied at 42%, even though it shows our bar is further ahead.
Right.
So we might not have gotten a full percent at this point because it's 75 votes per percent. But our bar was ahead. And then you'll look back at other times, the other screenshots, there's moments where it's tied and the bars are actually in line.
Yeah.
So that's how you know, is it tied or someone's ahead? Just not a full percent yet, but it could be 50 votes, 60, it could be 72 votes. And until you hit that 75, you're not going to get that percent.
Yeah. But a little more context for those. The conversation is whether or not we had more votes. So the finals
not a higher percentage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So we're just like the competition is who could get the most votes. But the Finder people, they're saying that, well, the percentage is the same. So we're going to tie it.
Yeah.
But ultimately, no, it's not the same. There's decimal places.
Yeah.
And you could see who actually has more. And visually, you could see Rad ahead of the other team visually. And you saw what it was like before when we were tied. But for the reason of saving face, they went ahead and say, hey, you know what? We're going to we're gonna give it a tie since the percentage is the same. No, the competition is the most votes, not
Exactly.
percentage.
And to note, they went off of most votes for the soloist.
Exactly. They never said percent. They just said got the most votes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So another. Go ahead.
So I mean, regardless, from what I've heard, Instagram actually calculate everything for you. So when it ended with us having 42, and
it'll show the winner.
It actually it does it. So like even if like let's say like at 7, we might have saw 41, but Instagram is updating it. So whatever it actually ends at is actually accurate. So whenever it's at 42, 41, like that means we actually got that. Instagram, they actually cut it off so that nobody can add on more to it.
Yeah.
And
So it just showed us after what the results were when it
it updated it.
Dang. So that was the end.
That was the end.
That's crazy. So we literally did get 43 at the percent at the time.
Yeah.
We actually got
Damn.
that.
So they're just going off of the fact that it was lagging.
Yeah.
They use it to their advantage. Well, it's lagging, so it's 42, 42.
Yeah, you can just tell they're against us. So they're
100%.
from the start.
Yeah.
From the comments, the critiques, the low scores. They're against us from the start. They voted against us. Like you could just tell they're against us. So
Yeah.
But overall, we wanted to do that for the culture because overall, I mean, it's kind of on brand, like I think with it being Raygun's challenge and, Rad Crew entering into that particular competition and representing breaking and being like one of the only real breakers in this entire competition.
And the only non-highlight reel. Everybody else just had a highlight reel. We actually made a whole video. Just
Exactly.
ours was a one shot,
no edits.
It was just it. Everybody else was cutting videos, and who knows where those shots came from? Where those videos came from? They just put the song over it and said, "Hey, this is our video."
Yeah, exactly. It could have been a promo video from a year ago.
Exactly. So,
but I like to highlight because I thought it was important for the culture. Because man, if y'all really didn't show up, man, it'd be really representative of what the breaking scene is kind of moving towards.
I mean, honestly, to think about how many votes we got is like pretty
insane. Yeah.
Like, you know how people talk about like I'll see some stuff on Instagram where it's like, oh, I only got 100 followers on Instagram. But if you had 100 people in a room and they all they either kind of like, oh, we follow your stuff, you'd be like, damn, that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
If we had 3,500 people and we could see them all in one room and know that they all voted for Rad, like that'd be crazy.
That's wild.
So breaking, y'all really showed out.
Yeah.
So shout out to the entire breaking community, hip hop community, everyone who supported Rad in this moment, because I mean, without you guys, we wouldn't have been able to make it.
Yeah,
So,
if anything, it has me thinking. I'm like, damn, what else could we do, knowing that we got so many people behind us? Like, we have a lot of support. So if anything, it like kind of motivated me to like, we should try new stuff, even if it's risky or whatever.
Man, I'm down to throw an event where the prize money comes from the community. Like it's just you put it all in and it just goes, whatever comes in, comes out. You know what I'm saying? So even if we dive in a different, we just try to get as many people as possible. Not even just breakers, just
outside the
in.
scene, just everyone, right?
Your buy-in is the pot. So
that's tight.
That could be a cool idea.
I like it.
Because it's got a lot of support.
Yeah. And to like, I mean, it's pretty like in a meritorious way. It's kind of representing that, the breaking people do care about where breaking is going. Because the thing is I really did struggle to really understand this particular part, but did those people even really represent Raygun? Like, so the thing is, I know Raygun did all the marketing because she's the face of the competition. And a lot of people were like, yeah, I'm going to do it because I see Raygun. She's the worst dancer. This will get me
She's
involved.
the worst dancer.
Well, this is in my sentiment.
In general.
but I'm just speaking from like a general sentiment of like what, the culture feels, like the culture of dance feels about Raygun. So like with everybody seeing that, then, she's the one that increased participation.
Yeah.
But I don't think that she really has a say in whether or not, the winners get chosen, all of this other stuff. I think it was, it's some big other group behind it that was like really making the selection.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just attach her name to it.
Exactly.
That's all it was.
Yeah,
But I would say she has to, I don't know, kind of in a way check them if she wanted it to go a particular way. If she was like, no, I want Rad to win, but it's a neck and neck between this and this, like real breaking or non-real breakers,
Yeah.
If she had to say like, I want the real breakers to win, then I think that she should have voiced it, because like it being a tie between world breaking and like people with Olympian,
I'm sure she could have
involved,
had some pull.
it's crazy.
In at least the bias like that they had against us. I'm sure she could have made a comment to be like, yeah, no, they're really.
Well, I'm speaking
good.
behind the scene.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying she could have definitely been like, yeah, I think Red is a really good. Like, it'd be really cool if they won. Maybe even if she did that, they wouldn't have had such a bias against us.
Yeah.
You know, but I doubt she. Well, why would we expect anything from her?
Yeah.
You know, chances are she probably got more money than the prize money just to be
for
there.
sure. No,
She probably just took her money, filmed her stuff, and is like, I'm out.
Yeah,
she doesn't care.
it's obviously an opportunity for the Finders people,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a partnership. So they paid her,
Yeah.
and she was a huge part. That whole campaign was pretty huge, and I could expect that partnership to be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The funds are
Yeah. Double. It could be double.
So
Yeah.
well over. I don't think, and nobody will know.
Yeah.
Nobody will know.
And
But she got a lot. For
There's
it.
also the whole element where it's so annoying. Like once they post about who tied or won, then they're like, yeah, so they're gonna split 5K AUD, like
Yeah.
Australian
Yeah.
currency, which obviously you could assume because it's an Australian company,
Mhm.
but they never clarified that in any of the other posts that it's Australian currency.
Up until the winning moment.
Up until once you won. So
Yeah.
we went from deserving 10K because we won to now splitting it to 5. Now it's exchanged to USD. So really it's like 3.
Right, AUD.
And it's just going down and down
Hey, man.
and down and down.
All I can say is y'all represented breaking, and there's everything to be happy about that.
Appreciate y'all. Appreciate all the votes and the support and everything.
For real. Everybody sharing. There's so many, like, that's all I saw on my feed.
Yeah, right.
Every story was people sharing it. It was super tight.
All right. Yup, I'm stopping here. This is the best hoodie I've ever worn. No need for another one.
Really? Every time I'm at a competition, the back of my hoodies get super sweaty. I can't even do backspins in them.
Were you wearing Spin Control's classic spin hoodie, though?
No.
Then that's on you. Check this out.
Whoa. This material's insane. Feels like I could do backspins for days in this.
Yup. Right. It's clean, fits any style, and comes in 7 different colors for kids and adults.
You sure this won't be a problem for sweaty people, though?
Bro, this is premium fabric with the sweetest quick drying tech, and it's super breathable. You can tell that it's created for breakers by a breaker.
Where can I get this?
To everyone watching, check out Spin Control and cop yourself a classic spin hoodie today. So, next up,
What's up?
we had the Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight.
Oh, man.
So obviously, it might not be obvious to other people, but Mike Tyson's a senior citizen.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Like literally, he's like, I think he's 58 or 59 or
I
one
don't
of the
know.
two.
Yeah.
He's one of the two.
Thought you got to be
58 or
45,
59.
65.
Yeah,
65.
I thought he was 60.
Not I feel like you have to be 65 to be.
No, that's to retire.
That's to retire. All right, so how old do you got to be a senior citizen?
It's like 50.
You
It's
lied.
gotta be it's older
Nah, I'm telling you,
than
it's
that. No,
like 50.
I think it is 65.
As a senior citizen,
Nah,
I think it's
65 is
65.
retirement age.
No, but I think it's
That's
senior
what-
because I remember like even with my parents, I think they, qualified for. I can't remember what it was, but it was something becomes half price once you turn 65, and it's not retiring. They're not gonna be like, oh yeah, you get cheaper movie tickets because you retire by 60. It's like a senior thing.
Yeah, like being considered senior citizen is like someone gotta look this
I'm
up
gonna look it
because I don't know the exact age.
I'm pretty
But-
sure it was 65.
To be
A senior
a senior,
citizen.
nah,
I would
it's-
think so.
That's the retire. Like
50's not too
literally,
far.
when you-
50's not too far.
You can't start.
I mean, our parents are senior citizens.
I believe it.
Well, yeah, I mean Medicare defines it as 65 or older.
Yeah, that's Medicare. When you
Uh,
qualify
well,
for
how-
that.
how-
that's
Social
like
Security, you can start
That's
start
a-
receiving at 62. 65 is the most common age for retirement. Hold on. It's generally considered anyone who reaches 60 or 65.
for retirement. right?
62 or
It's
older.
like a gray. It's like a gray.
It's kinda
but for
gray.
At least 60.
At least 60.
I don't know. I had a coworker who told me at one point, he was like, yeah, I'm now qualified as a senior citizen. He was like 50, 59.
Through what? The movie
Through
theater?
the United States. Hey, man. But obviously, to me, I mean, there was a lot of back and forth about like a lot of the sentiment that people thought whether or not Mike Tyson would win or lose or whatever, or he was gonna skunk Jake Paul. But Jake Paul's been actually holding his own, like against actual veterans and not veterans, but
it's just so like it's so weird because it's kind of like at
he
least
is going against old
from
people.
my perspective. I mean, he's just him. Like he knows the argument is you're not going against an actual fighter, like or who's actually like your age, and he's going against a basketball player or like a YouTuber or whatever, and then someone who's a really good fighter, but he's 60 now.
Yeah,
and it's like the one fight he lost was against the one person who actually boxes right now.
Yeah, Fury.
Yeah, and he lost that one.
Yeah,
the only one where it's an actual.
But he lost by 1 vote.
I mean, but he's beating other boxers. It's not like he's
the thing
probably
is,
won like 10 matches.
Is it 10?
A lot of it's like
he's an actual
influencers.
athlete.
Yeah, but it's like
he's an actual athlete now. But the
For
thing
sure,
is just
yeah.
it's not respected whenever like that's
Yeah,
what
you're going
doing.
against
Yeah.
old people.
I'm
People
kinda
on the
like-
brink of retirement
Yeah.
and senior citizens.
But I think
Yeah.
people
About to
gotta
get that
accept
card.
the fact that he doesn't want to be a boxer like that. Like I think he knows what he has. He's unlocked some kind of code and formula to make so much money because he's fighting unorthodox people. And I feel like he knows that he's got that. I'm sure we would all do the same if we let's say we could battle, but we could battle older people or people who aren't even breakers, who are like becoming a breaker. You know,
I
like
do it.
But if
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I
but
don't
if
think
you're
I would.
getting paid 30
Honestly,
million,
who knows?
30
Who
million.
knows?
Well, but he sets those things up. It's because like he's like, hey, I want to go against this person. How many times have you seen breakers go against little
Actually, I ain't
kids?
gonna
No,
lie.
for
I'll
sure.
go against a kid for
But that's
And then lose?
for a couple million. If I lose, that would be a problem.
No one does it because it's not. That's not an actual market for that. No, like breaking's not that big yet. But I'm just you get that idea.
Well, but here's
if
the thing.
someone was
He's
interested in
he's
watching
always
you do that,
he's the underdog. So picture it this way: he's the kid, and he's saying, "Hey, I'm gonna go against Jeffro, or I'm gonna go
Yeah.
against Moy. I'm gonna go against I don't know
Yeah.
the
but
well-known
if they
names."
have the popularity to do that, and they know, like I don't know, it's kind
Yeah.
of like
And then like imagine him going against like people like Ken Swift, and then like let's and this is the breaking example of it. But imagine some little kid says, "No, I'm gonna smoke Ken Swift," and
Yeah.
then people like, "Oh, I'm gonna go watch this battle."
Yeah.
Ken Swift gets smoked. Everybody's like, "Dang, Ken Swift lost." And then all of a sudden he's talking about, "Oh, I'm gonna go against you." Like,
he says your name, you're like, oh,
like the only person that benefits is him.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter if who wins or
Yeah.
lose, but he's gonna
But
benefit.
I think the point is that like I don't know why people expect him to go against. Like he obviously doesn't really care about his name that much. Where he's kind of like, I got to prove it to everybody that I can box people who are boxing right now.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't care. This man's a millionaire. Like he's doing what he can.
But I do think he's transitioning into like
Yeah.
he wants to make this
Yeah.
a thing.
I think so, too.
Like
I don't know.
officially,
he is
And-
an actual athlete.
yeah.
Like, he
So the thing is,
No, he
honestly,
definitely does it.
he
He does
has
it.
several
Yeah.
knockouts under his belt. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
like he's a boxer.
So
I just think the way his upbringing was into sports or boxing, being social media background, having a social media, I think that's what people hate. And it's
Yeah.
stuck with you now. Now you're a social media boxer. Just like in breaking, now like people say, "Oh, you're a studio b-boy." Like
Yeah.
it don't matter where you're at. That's if people
Or you're a
perceive
TikTok
that,
b-boy.
exactly.
then that's just what it is.
But
Yeah.
I think this was one way to legitimize his bringing into boxing, because no one was gonna box him as an amateur. Like, look, you're an amateur. I don't know who you are. You don't have anything. So he's gonna make noise by
Yeah.
going to all the other people who have legacies behind him.
Yeah.
And then you beat them. Then the people who are like the professional boxers gonna come out and be like, look, let me just end this. Let me just finish
Yeah.
this. And he almost beat Fury. So I mean,
Yeah.
I think there's some stance or some power or weight behind what he's bringing to boxing, but it's
Yeah.
just. But I think this is his way to like try and break into the scene. But now a lot of people are saying like you've tarnished like the legacy.
Yeah. But also, hey, Netflix was trash.
Oh yeah,
Netflix.
Man, don't even
That
get me
thing-
started.
yeah.
That's so.
I thought they would have learned.
Worst,
I thought they would have learned by now.
worst stream.
But
ever.
I think so. At the time, they said it was over like 60 million
But what do you
concurrent
expect?
viewership.
Of course, you're gonna get that.
Yeah.
Like, why aren't you prepared for that? They're like,
Yeah.
I thought it was like last minute. To be honest, I didn't know that the fight was gonna be
No,
on
they
Netflix.
said Netflix
They
was
said
a
it
long
a
time
while
ago.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just
And
makes
they
you
didn't
think.
prepare for
I
it.
think what bothers me is like almost like how flooded like all the promotion was. Like you see it everywhere. Almost towards kind of like, all right, I get it. Like I'm gonna watch a fight. I don't need to see any more about it though.
Yeah.
You just see commercial after commercial, whatever.
They-
And then
they
finally
even-
gets to it.
Yeah, they
it's
even had
buffering.
a docu
Yeah,
series
right.
like that was on
Yeah.
Netflix too.
Yeah.
Like,
And
And then
promoting
you finally
everything.
happens, buffer.
But this is the thing that's
25%.
because I would
25%.
think even like what was it, that show Love Is Blind? They had a reunion episode which crashed Netflix. Like literally,
Has
that many
through
people subscribed to Love Is Blind?
Literally through that had Netflix laggy
That's
buffering.
crazy.
And so you would expect, okay, they got it figured out by now.
Yeah.
They're literally hosting a professional fight, like of one
at
of the
an,
best.
at an arena.
And it's
sold
live.
out.
Like it's a live
Yeah.
actual
Just
like
stick to don't do sports. Like if
Yeah.
you can't do sports, leave it to Hulu or whoever
yeah,
does live sports. But don't
Peacock.
That's not you. That's
Yeah.
not you.
That's crazy.
All right. Next up.
All right, we're I think we're doing okay on time.
I think so. But next up.
2:30. We got 4 more.
We got like 14 more topics.
Okay.
Next up, Kendrick Lamar, GNX album.
I heard it twice.
Yeah, I've heard the whole thing once.
I heard the whole thing through one time, and then after that, it's just been like kind of
Select-
random.
But was it like a car, driving one time,
it
or
was,
is
it was on the way back home from Austin.
Okay.
Yeah, so whenever, because that's when it dropped. Whenever we came to Austin,
I think so.
it dropped
I think
that
so,
day,
yeah.
that night.
That's the
So
only
then-
time you should be listening to a full album is during driving. If
yeah.
you just doing it, if you have that much time to just listen to a whole album, I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, although I feel like it went by pretty quick. I just didn't feel like a long album.
It didn't feel like it. So
So-
thoughts.
I mean,
where does this
I
rank?
like it.
Where does this rank from a scale of 1 to 10 for everyone?
Oh, nah, I don't think it's.
That's-
super
All right,
high.
what's a
That's
10? What's a 10 and what's a 1?
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna say this before y'all give your scaling. It was ranked a 6.6 by
I saw that.
by critique. So
Which is like it's technically like the lowest album for Kendrick.
yeah,
I would
think
think.
so.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
For me, is for sure.
I mean I like the project a lot.
I like it too.
Yeah. But I've always been kind of weird. Like the type people like really like put in high regards. I'm like, okay, it's cool and stuff.
Mm.
Like I mean that's how I felt with what is it?
The big stepper.
Mr. Morales?
Not
Is
the
that
big
one?
stepper, like the one that everyone
To
was
Pimp a
talking about.
Butterfly?
Not that one. That
Damn?
one. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for that one, I know like that one was like critically acclaimed and everything.
Yeah.
That was a good.
And-
That was
was
and
good.
I thought it was good, but like for me, it was like I like some of his other stuff like better. But like that's what
Yeah.
a lot of people had as like
Yeah.
the number one.
To Pimp a Butterfly is my favorite one from him.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, I like like a lot of his old stuff.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Section 80.
Yeah.
like all that.
Yeah, no, he had a good project. I just
Yeah.
think
Sure.
this one just fell short. Like,
yeah,
But-
especially following the rap beef. The
But-
feud. Wait. It had gotten 30 million views. Right,
Mm.
is what the narrative
Yeah,
has
right.
been. Kendrick has like 14 million followers or subscribers on YouTube. About 17, 16 on like all his other platforms.
Yeah.
That's the average. But he had 30 million views on this one. And then for this album to come out and not kind of hit those same numbers,
Yeah.
it screams fishy to me.
But what I do hear though is I hear it's like a precursor to like a real
Yeah.
album.
But I feel like that's what people say. I feel like people say that because it doesn't perform well.
yeah, people always say that. People
Like,
will
it's gonna-
always say,
Imagine it had like 5 million views and it's like, oh, it was just a mixtape. Like I feel like people are just gonna come out.
it was a
and say
project that was put out, but I do think there's some strategy because
Yeah.
like even like the style of it being a lot more West Coast
that. Yeah.
driven, like the beats.
I kind of feel like it's because of the not like how big
Exactly.
Not Like Us
So,
was.
I think he's
They're
just trying to
tap in.
He's trying to like ride off of that wave and
Yeah.
still keep it that West Coast.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it wasn't like that. Because the previous
Yeah,
album,
for
the beats
sure.
weren't like that. He
Yeah.
wasn't full West
His
Coast.
rapping wasn't like that.
Definitely
you know,
not.
Sound like
Yeah.
Tupac.
So
Yeah.
so honestly, there's strategy behind it,
For
and I
sure.
just
Yeah.
think it fell short from what.
I thought this was I thought this was a full out album. Like I don't
was.
care what anyone would say.
Oh, it is.
It was.
Yeah.
It had look, you had SZA on there. You had
Which Luther is definitely my favorite song. on
Luther
that.
was a great song.
Yeah, that's my
and
favorite
doing
song.
the samples is SWV.
Mhm.
And doing the whole reference to Pac.
That was like my
so
favorite
many,
track.
Yeah. So
The Reincarnated.
Yeah.
yeah,
that one's
Reincarnated.
good.
I love Reincarnated, but my same thing and I just want to hold the goalpost. Drake dropping a track where he's doing AI
Mm.
sounding like Pac versus Kendrick rapping and flowing like Pac.
Mm.
And talk about he's the reincarnation
of Pac.
Yeah.
So what do y'all think about the hypocrisy? Is there hypocrisy there?
Well, maybe it's a response to the whole thing.
But really,
Like kind of like
I don't think people should get like, you know, disrespected for saying like I'm the reincarnation of like anybody.
Mhm.
But like but even for me, like I didn't see Drake thing as being like disrespectful, even though a lot of people said it was. But
Yeah.
it's a rap.
that's
It's a rap
creative.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
That's what I'm
creative,
saying.
yeah.
What Drake was doing was creative and
Yeah.
storytelling and using AI. Like,
thought it was
implement
creative.
that was smart. That was
Yeah,
a good
super smart.
strategic.
Yeah.
I just think people ain't gonna give him his
Yeah.
praise.
He was
So
trying
when
to,
I see the the Kendrick one, I was like, oh, this is actually pretty tight. Like
Yeah.
the fact that he's basically saying he's the reincarnation of Pac. I was like,
Mhm.
that's tight. But yeah,
I
if
like
you
the
take
beat,
it back,
the beat too.
if you take it back, then for those that said what Drake did was disrespectful,
Yeah.
you got to do the same. With
Yeah.
so this lawsuit is also happening, right? And Drake is not suing Kendrick, but he's suing the record label.
Yeah.
For the potential exposure of them trying to promote
Mhm.
other like artists like such as Kendrick
Yeah.
above the rest of the catalog, even though the label and Spotify is supposed to be separate. Both of them are being sued
Mm.
because one is trying to. It's kind of like the label has 20% ownership of Spotify,
Mm.
and but they're also the supplier, right? So it's just like I mean, there's a little bit of fishiness in between it.
I mean, regardless, it's not a good look for Drake, anyways.
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah, like
I think it's
Bro,
normal.
just take the loss.
no,
I
no,
feel.
no. It's like you lost a rap beef, even if like the other, like even if the music company, you know, posted more, you know, push some certain things. When it comes back to you, it's gonna look as if like you're kind of like a brat.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, he lost and he couldn't handle it, and that's what a lot of people are saying. And it's just like
Mhm.
he's Drake. He can do like so many other stuff.
Yeah.
No,
So-
but there's been so many other rap beef that had lawsuits in them, like Wayne and Birdman, Ja Rule, and
Those are no
50.
those are specific. Like, hey, I'm not getting paid what I should be getting.
Yeah, and this
So-
is the same thing with Drake.
no. This is different because it's like let's say like Wayne and Birdman is like Birdman basically owned Wayne in the form of like he's one of his artists.
Yeah.
And Wayne is trying to get like more because you know he's a higher status. Wayne is the reason why Birdman even became as big as what he was. So he's fighting for like, hey, like this is what I deserve. And so like it's not the same thing as what it was with Drake.
But I will say, because at first I was like, yeah, you know what? I think Drake, he's being petty about it. But honestly, I don't think this is anything that we should be talking about. It's like it's business. It's the back end.
Yeah.
So whatever we perceive, we're like, oh, he's petty. No, it's not about that. It's about they're trying to suppress him. He ain't getting any sales.
Yeah.
It's like me talking to Swats, like, hey, just because the beef and you could make a lot more money off of Kendrick or whatever, you're suppressing me at the same time. Like it shouldn't hurt me for his success. It shouldn't hurt me.
yeah.
So I feel like maybe that's what's happening.
I think we'll learn a lot more whenever
Yeah.
it concludes.
But
Yeah.
this is also what's also being said is that like Drake also benefited off of that. There's a lot of artists who were like being like they weren't being
Off
put
of the
out.
beef?
No,
off the general
Yeah,
of like
in
people
general,
like pushing people like artists.
Yeah, since
No,
Drake-
but I
no,
think Drake organically had the sound like
That's hard to say though. If it's the same label,
No,
same platform.
definitely no, because even the data shows that Drake's music is way more preferred over than anyone else's. And the thing is, Drake already has that type of attention and pull with the music industry. That's
Yeah.
why, like Apple Music and Spotify, all these things weren't there back in 2012.
I guess what I'm saying.
regardless, he's being pushed no matter what. So like
Yeah.
even let's bring it all the way back when he was just coming up with like Wayne.
before the beef.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like it's like, oh, you're one of Wayne's artists, so you're gonna be more likely to be pushed over like
Yeah.
some of the people.
That's what I'm
But-
saying.
but it
Maybe
makes-
it's good to know what exactly is he suing them for, because if they're purposely suppressing him, not pushing him, but suppressing him
Yeah.
in some way, then that could be
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
You're trying to make sure I don't get any light.
Yeah.
But
So-
naturally, there's a lot of people who's been suppressed
Yeah.
because the company they want to like push the more famous, the more popular.
Yeah,
the
no,
people
no,
that's
no,
gonna
no,
bring
no,
in the
but
money.
this is what I'm
which
saying, that
he
this-
could sue for.
this-
It's just that maybe other people haven't done it yet.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
what I'm saying is purposely suppress. Like just say if I don't promote you and I'm promoting Joel, That's not nothing against you. But the thing is, if they're doing something that's pushing
like
you
blocking
down, suppressing you in some way, that's why I'm like, well, it would help to know what exactly.
So here's the thing.
We don't
So
have the full details.
Drake was looking to potentially like do some negotiations to increase the label's contribution to like he's trying to renegotiate his contract to make more money, right? So in him doing that, and we've seen it happen to a lot of other artists where the label puts them under and then they have to go independent or whatever has to happen. I think this is a direct correlation to that because the label, like, and if this is what's being alleged in the lawsuit, but if the label had propped up Kendrick, which they're all under the same label, but if they propped up Kendrick and they're all making, the same contribution, and Drake is making the most money for that label, but now he's trying to renegotiate his contract to make more money, but then they're like, all right, well, let's show that your contributions aren't as valuable as they are. Like people were saying, you're pedophile, all this other stuff. Then, if there is that connection with Spotify,
exactly, to like not spend as much.
So if there is that thing between Spotify and the label saying, "Hey, promote this," and there's bots and there's 30 million views. This guy, there's no way that he's had over 100 million in like less than 24 hours and stuff like that. I think that there's merit to that because, and I mean, this isn't just only with the Kendrick thing. Like, Kendrick thing is happening with it, but what they're trying to do is like under leverage him to say that you're not as worth the money that you're trying to negotiate at the table when you're trying to get this ownership. Because apparently Drake's brought them over trillions of dollars to this whole thing. Drake. So
no, it makes sense.
He needs to go back. He doesn't even need to make music anymore.
But was he compensated for the money in the past that he's brought in? And he's trying to, let's say he wants more, but technically he's at the dollar amount.
He's supposed to be like purchasing like pretty much some of his masters, all this other stuff, like trying to get leverage to all of that. So he'd get a percentage of like what the label in its entirety is making. So that goes way, especially if I was bringing in trillions of dollars into this particular business. Like it's not even a comparison. I'm not even a billion. He's not even a billionaire.
It makes sense. I just wonder if he'll actually be able to prove it all.
Yeah.
Like
so
like bots, for example.
Go ahead.
No, you're good.
So like we also got to put it into perspective that like it's also take the beef out. Let's say like Kendrick drop a song that just does this amount of numbers, and Drake does the same, and like, but Kendrick his is actually like more people like reach through it. So it's just normal for a company to like, okay, this person is doing like really good. Like this is who we're gonna promote
for sure.
Like, and that's taking the beef out.
Yeah,
like
it's just a song.
Yeah, let's say if Not Like Us wasn't a beef song, but it was just a song, and then let's say Drake also dropped the song around that time. Whatever song he dropped is just gonna be natural for like the company to push what's actually popular.
Well, I mean, to an extent, like this is much more different. But I want to get into this clip where Joe Budden is responding to some people in his Twitter space. So I want to see what y'all think about it.
That. Say is this. I think that this not being the album took a lot of the steam from you and Danny and that OVO side over there that was just waiting to rush and call some shit mid 20 minutes after it dropped. So now what do you say? That this ain't it. This ain't even it. Job not finished. Job not done. Hold your critiques. Hold all that shit y'all wrote in the drafts. You got to hold it. This is an incredible for it to not be his album. Come on, stop playing with that shit.
Like, yo, say something.
What is God doing to my body? Go ahead, Rick.
During the beef, when Drake was leaking certain tracks or he was getting accused of leaking certain tracks to test it out, what did y'all say? Y'all said he was being pussy. That's whole shit. If what you're saying is true, you might not have said it, Joe. Multiple people did. And if that's true, then if your theory is correct and he just slid this out to test the waters, he's doing the same shit. He actually does a lot of the same shit that Drake does, but this is a prime example of that. right?
Grandpa Rick,
Incorrect.
His mixtape or whatever
Absolutely
project
correct.
this is going to sell. And we're not talking about sales, but he's not testing anything out. He's Kendrick Lamar.
Why do you slide out this mid pack if it's not the album? We're waiting
It's not a mid pack.
It's a mid pack, girl.
Some of these songs are not, and this is what I'm talking about. Just because y'all dick writing the shit out the album don't make it better. Dick writing something
good. Like, nobody dick writing this shit is good. It's really fucking good.
It's decent. None of these songs, to be clear, none of these songs are standout. It's 12 tracks.
Oh, Rick. All right, I'm mute. I am muting the stage to gather myself. And Rick is going to trick me into talking about this shit. I ain't saying nothing. Actually, y'all fight. I ain't saying shit. Trick me.
So
that one girl is hating though.
Which one?
The girl
Rick?
talking about like it's a mid pack and there's not any songs that, like for sure, like
it's
one,
good.
Just one song
good.
is like Squabble Up is already, you already know, like it is a hit.
Well, I think if you're comparing
just
it
that
to
comment.
like some, because like what's it called, the Mustard track, or is like Mustard, like some of the things that are popping, people are popularizing that, and they're like holding that up to like, oh man, this part is really good. But I think she's like directly critiquing some of those things.
Yeah,
I would say there's different ways we could think about it, because just because it blows up doesn't mean it's not trash, So it's like, what are we talking about? Because it to me, I didn't really. I mean, I heard it twice, not enough to really make a full assessment. But from what I heard, I did think it was mid, and yeah. So to me, but it will still get publicity. It'll still blow up.
Yeah, because he's Kendrick.
I like it. I just don't think it's like it's not like. I just feel like everybody wants like such turn up music all the time that if it's not like playing in the club, then people are like whatever.
We need to go listen to Drake.
But that's most of Kendrick's. Let's say, for example,
Drake has a lot of that.
You need to listen to Drake.
Let's say the last album. What was it? The Mr. Morale. Which I actually really liked that album. Yeah. Which wasn't like club. It wasn't, but I really liked it. Mm-hmm. A lot of people said.
Do you feel like it's repeatable? Like, do you feel like
I like that once? I mean, because I just like a vibe, and when I'm getting down or dancing, I like that.
That boy, like the argument.
That argument. What was it? We all cry. We all cry. Man, that stuff is like, it's brilliant the way that he put it together
for sure.
Yeah.
But for this, that's why I like the Tupac song, the Reincarnate, because the storytelling, it was put together really well.
And
but
Hard Part 6 too. Like, there's a lot of storytelling in that too.
Yeah,
I think I like Drake's Hard Part 6 better.
We know.
Sure.
Wait, look, like this is why I don't like giving my opinion, because people want to bolster it into some other type of way, like writing or glazing. Hey, but honestly, I feel like Hard Part 6 from Drake was one of the most slept on songs that ever came out.
I think it just didn't get enough time to shine before Kendrick replied, and that's why it just like, I think that's why
Kendrick replied, and then he came out after.
People were
that.
saying it was trash.
People were like, it was,
and I disagree with it, because it was actually really good.
Like, which was Hard Part 6 the last one he dropped?
The last one.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was
the one where he's like, everybody's saying the white flag.
Yeah, they were saying it was a white flag, but if you get some of the references,
like that part at all. Yeah,
like when he was saying like Kendrick, for instance, he was like certified lover boy, certified P, right? And then Drake coming out and making like even the A minor stuff, and then he was saying like A minor, B, like I was just like B major, all that stuff.
That stuff was nice.
It's so creative.
I mean, that part was good, but I think the whole part of like, man, why am I even trying? Like already, like I don't know. It really felt like what's like a safer way of saying like a.
Well, I mean, the industry was already against him.
Just felt like he pussied out. Like a bit, to be honest. Just
I don't feel like, because if he did, he wouldn't have responded. Like. He came out with something hard. Like that was hard. Like Hard Part 6 was hard.
I think it was part strategy. That part.
He just put something out, but I don't think it was like he attacked like the way how like the way he was driven at first. Like for all his other things, like I thought were like
great. I know what you mean.
A lot of people hated some of the stuff, but I like everything that Drake dropped. I liked it all. Yeah. But it's like that one, you can tell like the gap is just different.
Well, I mean, so how do anyone respond to being called pedo?
Look, I just
like that's not even it's not even bars. It's just like that's
you gotta date a senior citizen. It's like, nah, bro. Like I like.
Look, Leonardo still date 19-year-olds.
All right. So this is how I see the battle, the beef. I just don't think it was a real battle. I think just like in breaking, you have your competition, and then you have your battles, like the cipher battles.
Yeah.
Real rap battles are like more like a cipher battle, where it's there's bars, you're going after each other. But I feel like this, like let's say the They Not Like Us track, like that, for example, that was like a competition where you're not going against the person. You're trying to talk to the masses.
Yeah.
You're getting everybody to rally up. And so that's what it felt like. Instead of like, it was like one of those things where I'm like I'm making fun of you, like I'm picking on you.
It's a troll record.
I mean, Jake Cole said it well whenever he's talking about the thing he put out more recently, where he's like, he's talking about the beef. I don't know. I heard it. The line.
I heard it.
Or where he's kind of like, this is all for basically fame.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, he's like, I'm not gonna rap about something for people, strangers that don't have an interest.
Like, he even said like this is like almost like he basically said like this isn't a beef.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. And
if
it is, it's more personal than it is rap.
And then, but my thing is, how do you have a rap battle? You call someone a pedo, right? And that be a hard bar, like that be the thing.
You know,
because I'm like, even if it isn't true, like it still sticks to anyone, regardless of if it's true or not. Like if anyone calls anyone that, then it's like,
you gotta treat every side as equal. Like, he called him that, but also like Drake was also saying that he was a wife beater and stuff. So like, it's like it's not like how do you respond to this, and no, like they're both saying things about each other that are like deemed like
low,
bad.
just
So is you treat it the same way?
I think there's a tasteful way to say things, and honestly, I gotta go back and listen. I probably listened to that beef as it went once, and I didn't really go back to it. But I think there's a tasteful way to say stuff, because even saying the wife beater, I feel like if you storytell it well, then you storytell it well. If you said you're a pedophile, can we even say that? I don't know if pedo. I was like about to get back, about to get flagged. But it's like if there's a tasteful way to say it, then you can say it. But
I don't know. There's like I mean, I feel like Kendrick said it one of the best ways it could be said, but still, I think I don't mean like in terms of musically. I don't think it was said well. Like I can't jam to Not Like Us, to be honest. Like I might sound like I'm hating or glazing, but to me it sounds just like some type of glorification of pedophilia. To me,
I think he could have done. Let's say, for example, I really like the Drake versus Pusha T battle. That one, it was like bars after bar, but it was good. Like Pusha T, I think he won easily.
Yeah, I think
like
Pusha T won.
But it's the way he delivered it. What was it? He said something about Trump's winning. What did he say? Something about the Russians did it. It was written like Nas, but it came from quitting. Like it's like the way you put it together. It's like it was written like Nas. He has a song. It was written, but it came from quitting. And it's just like, you're saying he's a ghost, like you have a ghostwriter, you don't make your own tracks, all within this musical storytelling way. Yeah. Where I just feel like in this battle, things were just blatantly just...
and you're a ghostwriter.
But I would say Drake's music overall came out way better.
But all right, so this is what I gotta say. I think that's how it started. Like even with like Kendrick and Drake's beef, like it was actually bars, like they were actually rapping, but then like in today's time, it like everything is an internet battle.
But it had those elements of just saying it blatantly. And then it brings the whole thing down. Because then it's like if you just kept it artistic straight through, then like maybe people would be saying that same thing.
Exactly.
It's like, it's just bars.
But I think it happened on both ends though. I'm not saying it was just Kendrick.
I agree.
But I think Drake took more of an unfair take on it from the general public. Because like he released this song where he did like Tupac, like it was all his bars. It was bars written in Drake's way, but just like in a Tupac AI type of voice.
Like how do you know that?
Well, we do.
All
right. So we.
But the thing is, but he got sued.
I'm curious.
That is a debate.
But you can't say how do we know that. I know what you're saying.
I mean, in the sense of it's AI. What if he typed in, make a verse from Tupac?
I know, but the thing is, we expect every speculation of Kendrick and said, oh, well, this is this. Oh, he did. Oh, but we didn't.
I wasn't even referring to the
I know what you're saying.
No, but if you know,
I'm
put the sound effect.
I'm going off of the general, how the general is quick to say, how do we know that?
Yeah.
But I'm like, well, how do we know that Kendrick strategically planned to drop it at this hour, at this second, meaning that this is the colonizer?
Yeah,
date?
yeah,
Like, it's just like, all right, come on.
There's a lot of assumptions.
Like I think
Let's take it for what it is. Like he dropped the track. He put a track out. And
Don't give him bonus points for the quadruple entendre you think it means.
But the thing is, what I want to say is like for instance, Drake dropped that track, right, and then he got sued and he had to take it down off of all platforms. Well, I mean, at least what's being said is that Drake says Kendrick went to that particular label to say like, hey,
but didn't Kendrick address that in one of the next songs?
He did. I feel like he didn't address anything. He didn't address anything. But Drake, I felt like Drake responded to everything Kendrick said about him. I could have sworn
Kendrick said something like, "Why would I sue?"
He just said he's a liar. He just said he was like a liar.
Yeah, he did like kind of like turn it down.
Yeah, he said he
did turn it down. I don't know what he said exactly, but I remember there
was a line talking about like, "Why would I do that?"
I think it was from like Pac's family and like his side, but it wasn't. Kendrick didn't take anything down. Like
again, it's like that's an assumption. There's just so many assumptions. It's so hard to like just leave it. I don't know.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's it's okay to storytell. And if I was Drake, I'll be like, he was crying about it. That's why he put like that's why you can storytell out of it.
But I'm going even past that. I'm like people get mad at Drake for suing, but he got sued like in the middle of the rap beef.
But again, like kind of like bring it back to the whole Pac thing. I mean, the people who are probably mad at that might like they got to be mad at Kendrick now. But the thing is, it's one of those things where it's like you don't know who's I don't know how to explain it. The people who are mad, you don't know if they're also mad at Kendrick or not. And if they are, then they're a hypocrite. Just leave it as is.
There's a lot of things.
Then there's people who are agreeing for both or agreeing for maybe only agreeing for Drake and not Kendrick. Like there's so much where I don't know you can't assume that everyone's against Drake and are cool with Kendrick doing it. And I don't know.
All right, let's go back to this clip.
Chill off, Rick. Come on.
I brought Danny up here to support her.
I'm trying to get it off. People keep interrupting me.
Honey, please let Rick land with her.
I'm gonna let her go.
Danny always interrupt everyone.
He slid out this mid-pack because he waited 7 months to drop anything. Okay, he's nervous, he's concerned, and he's actually reacting to the internet because he recently got Apple Artist of the Year, and everybody immediately said, "Well, how the fuck did he get that? He didn't even drop an album this year. So how are you Artist of the Year? You haven't dropped an album." So, reactionary style, he dropped this mid. And he's sliding it out to try to test the water, see what's out there. And of course, everybody gonna ride it to death, ride it into the sunset, which is fine. That's your choice, that's your guy, whatever. But I'm not gonna pretend with y'all like this is just the best. I like Luther like everybody else. I like the Hurt Part 6 like everybody else. Y'all gonna have to explain to me how Hey Now Say Now is a great hook.
So this is my question to you.
Turn his TV off is a great hook.
This is my question to you, Rick. And then I'm muting up and letting y'all have it out yourselves. You did not like whacked out murals.
It's okay. I don't know how much replay value it has.
Was okay.
But it's a decent intro. Okay. I like the rapping on there. Again,
that's the only way.
Okay, so he's on there. I don't.
But yeah, so Kendrick threw some shots.
But to me,
I thought it was okay. I thought it was okay.
It was cool. Like
she didn't say it was bad, but she's like, I thought it was okay. It's average.
Honestly, like the whole score,
the whole score got 6.6.
And honestly, it's not. I feel like that's kind of accurate. I'd give it like a 7. You know, but that's it. You know,
I give it a 6.6. I think that's pretty accurate.
Yeah,
I think this like like she said, Luther. I like Luther a lot. I like Part 6. Reincarnation is tight. I even like Dodger Blue. It's just like chill.
The beat.
Yeah.
Is that the SWV track?
It's one.
It's like a chill. I just remember it was a chill beat.
You can't hate LA if you ain't drive by the tune.
No, he's got some bops on here. Yeah. He does.
Like it's nice.
I think overall, I mean, it's not. It's not like what Dan was. It was.
I didn't like GNX that much.
I didn't like it either.
Like
I think the beat was cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I still stand by like I think it was good. Like, I wouldn't say like it's like any of his best, but I thought it was good. Like,
and not that it gives it any excuse or anything, because I don't think it's like I don't think you should get any credit to or like any bonus points to be like, well, it's not the actual album. Like it's still an album. It's out there.
Yeah.
I do think there will be a second one. Just from all the stuff I'm seeing online, I feel like there's gonna be another one. But just for what it is, I'm like, it's cool. Like I don't know.
This is what it's gonna be.
Just take it for what it is. Like it's an album. We got some new music, some good songs, some songs. There's a lot of albums where you're gonna skip a few.
So,
you know what I mean? Like that's just what it is.
Yeah. So like what's happening is like people just keep disconnecting things, but like like he's gonna perform in the Super Bowl. He's trying to create like new, like fresh songs to add on to the playlist. So
for sure,
if some of those songs like really blow up,
he's gonna add it.
Then it's like okay,
but then what's the sentiment then?
No, I will say this real quick. This is where I'm cool with it being what it is.
Yeah,
but whenever I wasted a lot of my days arguing this rap beef between Kendrick and Drake. People trash on Drake for just dropping out mid project. You dropped a disco, and you dropped these albums where Scorpion was trash. So I could use that same excuse if I was a Drake, if I'm arguing the Drake stuff and say, well, he's doing all this and maybe he just want to throw something out just to So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I do take it for what it is.
Yeah.
But I know people out there, they're gonna
and for sure, if the beef happened now, this is something I would use against Kendrick to be like, all his albums were amazing, but this one was okay. Like I would definitely say that. I mean, at least when the beef happened, I feel like all his albums were.
And this is the thing.
Up here,
and this is the thing. This is Kendrick dropping consistently. So this is the quality you get when Kendrick drops consistently.
Yeah.
So you could argue that too. You could be like, all right, well, then I see why Drake is dropping. And the thing is, like that's what I'm saying. I take things for what it is. But if people are gonna play this.
For sure.
When it's convenient. But I will say this. That first track about the Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne is mad at me for being successful or something like that.
Yeah, I think he could have just left it out.
Yeah. He throwing shots at Wayne, but
what are you doing?
So there's a clip where Wayne says he doesn't do rap beef. Like I'm not a battle rapper. I don't beef rap.
Yeah.
Right. And I believe it, but Wayne is just such a sick like lyricist, like just overall artist, to be honest.
Yeah, but
that I think people are even trying to discredit Wayne. Like I've been hearing a lot of people discrediting Wayne for like
now I would say
catalog.
Like if you watch, I know there's a lot of videos going around, but if you watch anything with Wayne recently, like him performing, I'm like, it makes sense that they're not putting him for the Super Bowl. That boy. He doesn't remember his words. He just it's kind of bad.
No,
like,
it makes sense that he's not in it. Like people think that like just because it's in a city that person has to like that's not what it's been every single Super Bowl. That barely happened was it the last one, the Dr. Dre one? That's like basically almost the only one where like it's somebody from the city.
Exactly.
I think it's the thing is when you're dealing with hip hop. Hip hop is very territorial as far as what hip hop is. So if I'm gonna bring out a hip hop artist and I'm going to somebody's city, most likely if they come to Houston,
but it's also like a whole theme. They had a bunch of people. It was Dre and Snoop and Mary J. Blige and Kendrick.
But it was like a West Coast thing.
Like
it was a West Coast theme.
Yeah.
So you still had to go in that region, that West Coast region.
So let me get into this clip before we go too far into this. But this is the second clip.
Sat there in LA and told me that halfway.
Yeah, I'm not putting it all on them. It was a marriage.
They met
absolutely a marriage.
It was the perfect marriage, a marriage that we might not see. Listen, Larry Jackson sat there in L.A. and told me that, and I don't know if I believe it, but he said it, that Drake catalog
I saw that,
is worth more than the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Combined.
All artists during those decades?
Yes. That's what he said.
Yes.
If there's somebody that would know, I would think it's him. I didn't fact check it because above my pay grade.
Right.
But if that's true, buddy, go in that corner.
That's a hell of a negotiation.
Go in that corner. Go get your boss. Get your boss's boss. Get queen, whoever you gotta. Go get the whole. What's that bank? Get the World Commerce Bank. What's the bank that run all this shit? The National. What's the bank? The World Bank. The Reserve. Go to the World Bank. Tell them.
Call a cartel.
Whoever got the money, you gotta get them too. Have the cartel meet you at the World Bank. Let them know that I am perturbed. I'm getting a headache. A migraine.
Big migraine.
I'm tired of even dealing with this. And y'all got this not like us record going together.
That's why they did it.
Get your ass.
That's why they did it. That's why they did it, bro.
Listen.
That's all
I don't want to be the. Go ahead.
Sorry. You keep saying go to the corner, go to the corner. What advance it? So they come back. Yo, we not doing nothing else, dog. This is our offer.
I'm going to Warner.
But you can't leave. How are you leaving is my point.
I'm going to leave.
You're going to find a way.
I'm going to wait. Slow down. I'm going to leave. Well, unless you got some tea.
No.
He going to leave.
You're
going to leave. You're going to leave. I got enough money.
I'm going to leave.
To fight it?
Yeah, I'm going to leave.
Yeah, I got enough money where I could show the...
If you tell me nothing is shaking, I'm going to find a way to leave. And I bet you he has a way to leave.
And I
People
bet
are
saying these suits is to get him a way to leave.
True. Well, that's part of the way to leave.
Dog, they said
you
that
heard what? What you heard? You been on the phone since the last part. What you heard?
No, I'm just saying. I heard that he was giving them a fuck you. I heard the album art, all of that shit was a fuck you to them. Oh yeah, my son did it. I heard he was really purposely like, yo, it is what it is with you niggas. That nigga got albums in the tuck and all of that, and I'm not giving you no heat. I'm gonna drive your number down just to show you, like you said. Again, we tie it back.
Where's Warner's stock at right now?
Look, while you look that up, we tie it back to, like we said, certified lover boy,
because everything's been made.
We say everything's been made since then. So that intentionally, your stock is down. I'm proving to you that, hey, if I ain't delivering, your number going down. We said certified lover boy outside of the timestamp was throwaways. It could have legitimately been throwaways.
On purpose.
Listen, I think it been mid for.
I'm giving you niggas an album, y'all. I need to give y'all an album.
You want an album?
Here go one. Here go album. You're not getting the heat.
That would also explain the decline in lyricism.
It would explain everything.
Mm-hmm. People keep saying, "Oh, he want to appeal to everybody." I don't know.
It would explain it all. Like, yo, nigga, no, y'all not getting none of this.
All right, question.
I'll mail all this shit in.
All right. So they were talking about Drake at the most part. At the end, were they still talking about him?
Yeah.
About the throwaway, like the album?
Yeah. Could you explain that whole?
Because then it felt like you were talking about Kendrick.
I was trying to understand.
Yeah.
Like, what was the point? Of
So
I didn't get.
So this whole thing is being based off of Drake potentially telling UMG, yo, like, I want to negotiate a higher salary, and them saying, no, you're only worth this much.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, at the same time, his catalog itself is bigger than the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s all combined.
Mm-hmm.
So for him to come back and try and leverage and say, like, look, my stuff is popping. Like, I'm bigger than all of this. They come back and say, well, I mean, like from what it looks like, it's not really like that. So he's like, all right, bet. I'm gonna have my son do the art, the album cover art, and he's gonna get paid royalties from that. Also, y'all are asking me to, deliver this high level of, music that I used to drop. I'm not gonna do that anymore. I'm gonna do pop music. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna deliver on these other things. I'm not gonna have as a high class lyricism to some of these songs that a lot of people are asking me for. But until I get what I'm asking for, you're gonna continue to get this. I'm gonna drive down your stock. I'm gonna drive down UMG and stuff like that. So that's kind of like what's being said.
So,
it's speculation.
2 points. Well, we don't know for sure if Drake's music is worth more than all of those combined.
Trying to talk to him.
My bad. Yeah, we don't know for sure if Drake's music is worth more than all of those combined. I mean, if it is, it is, and like it is what it is. And also, like, if that's what Drake decides to do, that's just what he decides to do. Like, if he don't want to rap like how like people were talking, and he just want to make pops, then
I think there's a way of knowing if Drake's music is making more money than all. Yeah, it's all numbers.
Yeah.
But one thing I will say is, again, I see it from face value. I don't think that's the reason why his music hasn't been to the public's eye the way it should have been.
Yeah.
Honestly, I still think it's good. He's not throwing mid stuff. He's throwing lyrical stuff in his work. He's reaching a whole new market, going the more like the Latin route, the house, doing all these other stuff. So he's expanding and getting more reach than before. That's what I'm saying. I don't believe any of this backstory. It's like I still see him putting in work.
Yeah.
Like it's yeah. I don't take all that in. I think he's still putting out some good stuff.
Yes, sir. Time to switch it up. Lil Uzi also dropped an album, Eternal Atake 2.
I missed it.
And that came out in October. I don't know how it got overshadowed by everything else going on in the world.
I had no idea until you right now.
So in this still, it relates to like the whole Drake stuff. And even though like that dropped before, it's like nobody's really like watching what Uzi is doing right now.
I haven't even heard Tyler's. I haven't even heard that one yet.
Yeah.
Are we in a different era of music where it's like, because one, there's music being dropped consistently every day. That man Tekka coming out. This is whatever. And then there's more music, so nobody's really listening to the ones unless you're the one.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah. It's weird because like I like Tyler and I know he came out with an album, but like for me it just wasn't a priority yet. But when I heard Kendrick, I was like, I'm listening to it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, I did have a whole road trip, so I'm like, there's that. But I feel like even if I did it, I need to make time.
Yeah,
it's just. I mean, I'd like him just way more than.
Yeah, it's just naturally like whatever like is like the biggest, more popular thing. People just stay like in tune with that. And if you're not really as popular, then you just don't really get seen.
But it's crazy because Uzi for his sales for the first one, the Eternal, how you say?
Yeah, Atake.
That stuff blew up, and everybody was just. Uzi. And
if you see in the production for this one, it's crazy. Like it looks like what's that one Marvel movie where they have like the little raccoon and the Guardian. It looks like that. Like it's that kind of quality when they go to the CGI, all that other stuff.
I need to watch it.
It's really good.
It's wild. I just think I don't know. It's just different now. I just feel like we don't really see music the same now with the. Especially like the way that everybody else sees music. Yeah. I saw a poll.
Oversaturated.
Yeah. I even saw a poll. Like the top artists now, like I saw a poll that was like, who you prefer, Travis Scott or Playboi Carti? Or who's better? Travis Scott or Playboi Carti? Everybody was saying Playboi Carti.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm biased because we're from Houston, but I'm like, it's hands down. It has to be Travis.
I feel like
I like Carti though. I really like Carti.
But to be honest, the Travis's last project wasn't. Yeah, I think everything that we like about Travis is Astroworld. Like I think that's where we're driving most of our significance for him.
Yeah,
that was the climax of it.
Yeah, but I mean, since then,
it's almost like kind of like how Big Sean, like he like, what is it, Dark Skies and Paradise? Like, I feel like that was just like his height, and then the album. I can't even remember the name of the one after.
Yeah,
it's just like I feel like some people they hit their peak, and it's hard to top it.
Yeah,
I feel like when they blow up like that. That's gonna be real hard to then, and right, it's like the first album for both of them or something.
For who?
Or like Travis, or not first, but like second album.
What? Astroworld? Nah, it's the Astroworld is deep in his catalog.
Oh, okay.
Or I don't even know.
He had a couple of other ones, but I don't know.
They're like, whenever you get to that point, then it's like, damn, like.
But there has to be a low. You have to come down. You can't just stay up top.
Well, it was kind of catastrophic when he got to the height of Astroworld because he ran that concert here in Houston. Yeah. And then, that whole thing happened.
Yeah. He got sued. He got canceled in some places.
Everything.
Yeah, he had different factors that...
To bounce back, that's
tough. But I think that album was still good. It was the one with Fiend. That was the one with Fiend?
Yeah.
Fiend had...
Fiend is still performing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that came out.
It was still good.
Utopia. You're talking about Utopia.
Oh, okay.
But Utopia didn't perform half as good as Astroworld. Astroworld was like album for like 4 years straight. It was like you could listen to that album for like 4 years and not feel like anything's changed. Like you'd be like, this is still like number one.
Yeah, but the fact that Utopia still have hits on there, or songs
but I think it's mainly driven through TikTok.
Fiend that's everything now. They not Fiend like us.
Sure. That's true.
Everything is like that. Even just all these songs. It's driven through social media.
So y'all gotta see this. This is Lil Uzi. Bro, like
that boy Uzi nice.
Uzi is nice.
Oh, that's a vibe right
there. The production on this thing is crazy.
I like the sample too. Like that. I forgot the song.
Hey, is he turning less of a mumble rapper now? Like I feel like he's.
I think so.
It's
Yeah.
like now clear. Everything he's saying is clear.
I mean, in general, I feel like that's not as popular anymore.
Like people are changing.
Like we had that phase, like 2010.
Yeah.
Like
Think about it. Even 21 Savage now he's different.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
it's crazy. That was their entry in his mumble rapping.
But I'm gonna fast forward and like look at this part.
It brings you back to the old school videos where people put a lot of creative thoughts into it.
You're right. The production on that is insane.
I like when like musicians actually be like really creative and like even though it's more than just a song, but it's like I just like the character. I like the whole storytelling. I just like all
there's
that.
a lot of music videos that are just like so boring.
Yeah, right.
Like honestly, like I don't even try to watch them anymore because I feel like most of them are not good.
Yeah.
Like unless one's really blowing up, I'm like, it's for a reason.
Yeah.
So then I'm more interested. But I feel like for most part, it's all the same, just like in a club or
got money.
You know,
got
like
girl. This is trendy.
It's just so
trendy music.
So over it.
Yeah.
All right.
That what's his name? ASAP Rocky one was trippy.
That one was crazy.
That one was nice.
That was too random.
No, that
Which one? Wait, his album?
It's a single.
Taylor Swift one. I forgot what it's called. It's like
it's got the guy head spinning into the floor, and then like the car goes over him. Like,
what?
Is the Taylor Swift? I forgot what it like.
Oh no,
I have no idea.
That stuff is
video,
crazy.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that too. That video.
I remember putting it in the El Camino chat.
And then Jeff put it recently.
I probably just missed it.
I put the breakdown of
That's
how the shots.
Yeah.
No, that one's crazy.
That one is
Yeah.
Speed run.
Yeah, we speed running right now. World War III. We're on the brink of World War III.
Wow. So Lil Uzi to World War III.
That's why he on the spaceship, man.
Hey, I know. We're trying to escape. We're trying to go to Mars with Elon.
He's telling us something.
Try to go Elon.
Hey, Elon, pick me up.
For real. So, but I mean, thinking about it, like, I mean, I think, you're looking at the markets and everything is kind of like going up. Crypto's up. Crypto is crazy up if you're holding crypto. But with the anticipation of World War III possibly looming. Oh my God.
I'm a millionaire. Finally, I got into crypto last week.
Yeah. It's about time, man.
XRP at 191.
191?
191.
Let's go villain mode.
That's crazy. I'm rich. Look at that.
But does any of this matter?
A butler comes.
This matter. Everything matters.
Does any of this matter if we go into World War III?
Everything matters.
Yeah, it's gonna matter.
Well, resources, everything.
Well, I'm talking about like the booming anticipation of an economy and all that stuff. Like, so Biden had approved of long range missiles to be shot into Russia, and Russia already said that if you use U.S. weaponry to do that, then we consider that an act of war. So they ended up using their IBCM, which is like this high speed intercontinental ballistic missile. Russia.
Okay.
And they like pretty much the defense, like there's like this giant defense system that Ukraine and like even Israel, a lot of these people have to intercept giant missiles and stuff like that. And now these systems can't even counter those long range ballistic missiles that Russia is shooting into Ukraine. So Russia's saying that we could put nukes on here, and we haven't yet because we know Biden's on his way out, a new administration is on his way in. But if this happens, I don't think any of this matters. I think any money or anticipation that you think that we might be like looking into potentially getting into, like all of this stuff is going to be gone. Like it won't even matter if we're like, oh dang, my portfolio going up, because once we go into war, everything drops, and then all the stuff with like military affiliation goes up.
Yeah,
like because that's where
it's a viewpoint. So yeah, like it matters or it doesn't matter. But I think we all see the same thing. It's just because like it matters because it's important, and that's the same reason why you say it doesn't matter, because it's so big that is like if we all just go to war, then we all just go to war. So it's like it doesn't matter, but that means it does matter.
I think at the same time though, like who's to say we haven't already had enough war that it could be considered World War III? It just wasn't like hyped up like that with all the stuff from Iraq.
Yeah,
and then all
there's
the
a
things.
lot of stuff.
There's been ever since World War II. There's been so much like war that I'm like, almost like kind of like it doesn't even matter because it's already been happening our entire lives. It's already been so much going on. We're at a different country, different problems that, I mean, hopefully it never gets to the point where it feels like a world stopping moment where everybody's just,
I feel like that's where we're at right now. I feel like we're on the brink of like a world stopping. I think
but if that's the case, like we've been there.
Well, I feel like I don't think we've been there to this extent because I think everybody's been like Russia's, they're not going to care. Like they said that they're going to use their nukes if they have to and all this other stuff. But now they're shooting into Russia.
If nukes start happening, man, bro, I just hope they don't pick Houston.
Texas is a military capital of U.S. We have most military bases in Texas.
Like, I just think to myself, like, where would they go? Like, would they have the grace to maybe go somewhere like not super populated? I'm like,
where's it most convenient for us?
I think Houston's like the 4th biggest city in the nation. I think
something like that.
And it's kind of like, okay, would they go that high? They wouldn't go to number 1 probably. Maybe they go to 4, or would they go down to a smaller?
I'm saying like if they put nukes, like all the nukes that they have now are significantly larger than Big Bomb and Little Bomb that they did in Japan. Like those nuclear bombs are nothing compared to what they have now.
Well, it's crazy because what we have is nothing compared to what we dropped.
No. I'm saying
I'm mutual destruction. Like it's almost like like no one will do it because then we all die.
No, of course.
Mm-hmm. No. So
but what I'm saying is that every country who have nukes are like everyone's nukes are significantly worse than what we saw in Japan.
Yeah,
like
it might be like a 3-city thing.
Yeah,
or something.
And then the thing is that one blew up in the air, and it scattered downward to spread the most damage. But now they have bombs that you could just plant somewhere and they'll have even worse damages. And it's not even as expensive to manufacture like the ones that they did back then because now they're like, okay, well, we've kind of figured out, we've optimized the design. So
this world is crazy.
I know
we've lived through like so many catastrophic moments in our lifetime,
but not a world war. Not a world war.
Yeah. Well, that's the last thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, like, think about like how crazy things could have been. Just like remember when for 9/11, like they actually flew the planes into like a major city,
which is a crazy thing to actually do.
Yeah, and then like it's like, okay, it's go time. Like to even think that, dang, like I wonder how crazy things would have been. Like let's say if that was Russia that planned that, then it's like, dang, I wonder how crazy it would have turned out. Like that's huge.
But they say like we had to, what's it called? We had to invade Iraq and all those other places because they had weapons of mass destruction and stuff like that, which they never found. So like there's this whole giant ideal where people are saying, well, the reason why we staged 9/11 was that we could invade that particular country so that we can take resources. Kind of like what they're doing with Ukraine and Israel doing with Gaza. Like, for instance, they're being bombed. And then now there's people moving in from like Western society to like build these oil rigs and stuff like that. Crazy. And they're taking oil that's underneath Gaza. And then they'll eventually be used as this other stuff. But I don't know, man. That leads me into this other point where Cat Williams was right. And we're going into the 2024 meme calendar. So what was it that happened? It was in January. So like, just this year.
This year, what happened in January?
We had like several things happening. So in January, they had. Well, I don't know if there's a right way for me to say this, but they had the Jewish people going through the sewers and stuff like that. I don't know if you remember.
I don't.
Well, apparently, like these rabbi people were going through the tunnels underneath New York, and they were doing all this other stuff, and people were finding like there's video of them going through holes and stuff like that in the ground. Yeah, and they were finding caves with like blankets and stuff like that under like the synagogues.
What was the purpose of this?
I still don't know why.
Okay.
Going to the next one, February. Actually, this one doesn't have it.
And then let's all make a theory for like what's gonna happen. What's gonna be the thing in December? once we get there.
Hopefully, yeah. I have a couple ideas, but hopefully I'm not right.
Honestly, I don't even know what y'all talking about.
I think it's
The
just like
meme
stuff
calendar.
Meme calendar.
Yeah,
like stuff, just like stuff that was popular,
Stuff that's happened
went
over the
viral,
year.
I guess.
Yeah.
So actually, I think that's when Cat Williams did his interview with Shannon Sharp.
Yeah. I
So
remember
that was
came up.
January. So they named.
I remember he was talking about how fast he was.
Yeah.
But then they filmed
Oh, yeah.
it. They later, like a month or two later, they filmed it. That boy actually ran like as fast as he said he did.
Yeah.
So
And he
then
read
after
3,000
that-
books in 1 year.
Yeah, and after that, everybody's kind of like, maybe he's telling the truth.
Nah, he ain't.
Maybe he's telling the
And like
truth.
while he was like 8 years old.
Yeah, right.
No, because some of the stuff was fact checked and it was like, no, it's not true.
And then you have Usher dancing on Alicia Keys and everyone like in front of her husband at his concert.
Oh,
All that stuff
I
happened.
do remember that.
Yeah.
Diddy got invaded in March.
Damn, people still
it's
talking
been
about
that
that.
long.
That's
It's a
crazy.
shame.
Yeah, he got
It's been that
invaded.
long.
Shame.
Man, yeah, Jeff and Puff, they go back.
Go
you
way
know?
back, man.
Quavo and Chris Brown started beefing.
Oh yeah.
Not short-lived.
That stuff happened.
All right, what's now? What's the now?
Yeah, gotta go
All right.
quicker.
Oh wait, I'm trying to
Sweet.
get to
No,
this.
no,
We
you're not
gotta-
trying to get to anything.
We gotta get to this. Oh yeah, and then also in April. Well, actually March, that bridge collapse. With that
In
with the
Baltimore?
giant, yeah.
Oh.
And then April we had a solar eclipse. Like that only happens like every like 50 million years, what they say or whatever. And then the diddler happened. Diddy actually got thrown into his court case.
The diddler.
Hawk Tua came out in June.
Oh my god.
The Olympics and all this other stuff happened. Like they were talking about what happened like at the Olympics where they had the Lord's Supper and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And also that was
ceremony.
coincidentally the same month the Trump assassination attempt happened. And then
You skipped the Drake and Kendrick.
yeah, so that one was the same time as
Quavo.
Quavo. Yeah, that was April, May-ish,
Yeah.
and then that was
August?
Diddy's. And then August, obviously, Raygun
Raygun.
blew up. Like she's somehow on this calendar. And then
It's worldwide. That thing is.
along with the guy who was shooting without no headset or eye gear.
That boy was fresh.
That boy got second place.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
He didn't have the gear.
And apparently when they asked him, they said, why did you get second place? He was like, because I let them.
That's crazy. That was a superhero.
I know.
Yeah, that was in the anime right now.
For real.
September.
So September, Biden drops from his campaign, and they brought in Kamala Harris, with no delegates, nothing. She's just like she's a new one. October, actually, this one hasn't even been updated yet. But October, what happened in October? October, I think that's what happened, and then I think following that.
November is mustard.
Are you forgetting the election? The actual election happened.
Election.
Yeah. So, all right. What do y'all think is gonna happen in December?
Mariah Carey's gonna get a lot I'm sure.
She's gonna unthaw from the ice.
For one.
It starts.
What
it
is
starts
what?
before
What?
Christmas.
Wait, hold up. What is what? Oh,
Because all the Christmas music.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
It starts before Christmas.
Yeah.
Hey, man,
It's
XRP.
gonna come up.
We're all gonna get a lot of money.
SRP all time high.
I mean, I feel like that's somebody's
He's
always
not
after
safe.
somebody.
Yeah, literally. They
I mean,
Even
it already
Biden had
happened.
people
They
after
said the
him.
same thing about
Somebody
Obama.
has to be after Biden.
Hey, look, ain't no one caring about Biden. No, I don't care about him.
Trump. That's why Biden beat Trump.
Hey,
Nobody
man.
care about him. He beat Trump.
He didn't beat him this time.
All right, December,
He lost the debate.
If there's gonna be anything with like a celebrity, like I feel this way, someone with celebrity. So what would happen?
As of right now, I'd say, wait, December. Never mind.
Hey, shout out Floyd from Rad Crew.
Hey yo.
Yeah, he said he wanted a quick shout out, so here you go, Floyd. Shout out to the whole crew. And Tree Crew.
One true crew. Wait, true crew. Wait, and shout out to Jaha. Hey, no, I think
the best.
that boy the worst actor.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
The 100.
Y'all gotta watch 100.
You gotta watch it.
But yeah, I think they've been talking about this. Oh, aliens and stuff like that. So aliens apparently live in the ocean.
Oh, they do.
Okay.
And
yeah, an octopus is fucking weird.
I'm being dead honest. I
Bro,
sound.
we only know 5% of the ocean.
Yeah,
it's 6 now.
No.
Like,
No, but look, I'm telling you, an octopus has to be an alien. If you watch the crazy stuff that they can do, like it's just like it's unearthly. They can change the texture of their body.
Technically, an alien is somebody that that's foreign, right? Like a foreign thing,
like a foreign body,
or maybe something that we don't know.
All I know is like the ocean. It's got to be.
It's full of aliens.
Yeah, it's a foreign, like
It's
a foreign
just-
body. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all gotta go read the Book of Enoch, man, because apparently they're saying aliens came to Earth and then reproduced with, the earliest of settlers, and those people were banished to the ocean and became sirens, which are like mermaids and stuff like that. And they talk about all that type of stuff.
Okay, so like, I don't no.
Okay.
Only because of this. Only because
All right,
of this.
Kenny, whatever you're gonna say, stop it.
How are they gonna repopulate?
care.
Because just because you just put two things
out.
together doesn't mean it's just gonna happen. Like a human and a lion. If they happen to you're not gonna have a human lion baby.
What's crazy is that they talk about this in the Book of Enoch.
Then why am I so fast?
He got cheetah legs. What's crazy is they talk about that in the Book of Enoch, where they're saying like genetics was something like there were beings that lived
I can't keep pushing this back. Yeah, hey, come on, man.
All right. We'll finish on this hypothetical question because we're talking about the ocean. There's a question that says for 100 million, for 5 years, every day you get dropped in the ocean just for 30 seconds, and then you get popped back, like teleported back to where you were, and you can pick the time of the day. And it's always going to be the surface of the water, never like underwater, always on the surface.
Bro, this question is too late.
Wait, you get placed on the surface?
You get placed somewhere in the world's ocean for 30 seconds, and then you get teleported back. But it happens every day. You pick a time. Let's say you said 9 a.m. every day.
I'm not doing it.
You're not going to die in 30 seconds.
I am.
Like, what if you just cut yourself? You just cut yourself from a random. You're playing
But
ball.
no, you get to pick the time.
You cut yourself. Yeah, you're just playing ball randomly, and then you accidentally cut yourself. And they appear you in water, and then there's sharks, and you done.
What if
30
you're
seconds is a lot.
Yeah,
man.
what if you're just hanging out with Diddy and then you went
the baby oil. I mean, the sharks going to slip off.
Yeah.
No, 30 seconds in the ocean, because it's not easy to just stay afloat for 30 seconds in the
What
ocean.
if you took a nap? What if you fell asleep and you just
look?
drowned?
Well, y'all saw where they were throwing things off of that giant boat, like as a cruise boat, and then like some food. And as soon as it hit the water, you saw swarms of sharks.
That's crazy.
Just attacking you.
I saw.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I saw fishes. I wasn't sure if it was sharks though. There's some fishes.
It don't matter. It's probably something else.
Yeah,
fish is
we don't know what's in there.
It's aliens.
It could be anything.
Yeah. All right. So going to this next one. Doom Room.
More? Oh man.
Doom Room. Is it happening? Doom Room. Is it happening?
Yes,
Doom Room
it's happening.
and Skills Talk. What do y'all think?
Is it happening?
They're both are.
Well,
they both are happening.
I've heard that Doom Room might or may not be happening.
I heard they post something recently, so
okay.
I think it's still on.
All right, we're gonna have to go to that.
I haven't checked anything.
Skills Talk. Anyone plan on going?
Yes,
Are you gonna go?
Yeah. 7 to smoke.
Doom Room always has the same weekend as some kind of gig.
For real?
Yeah. So I know I'm not.
I can't do Doom Room as well.
Okay.
December is
That
like
happens every
the
year.
month for entertainers.
Yeah.
And just performers, because I mean, there's Christmas party, there's corporate events, there's whatever. It's just end of the year. It's just the end of the year.
Exactly.
That's true.
Nothing but events.
Okay. And we're closing out. And we're gonna close out on this. Do y'all think that the moon landing was real?
So
Yes.
I feel like I don't know enough about like I'm like, have we been in the moon since? Because I hear
No.
But then I remember when I went, like, let's say
When you went to the moon?
no, one time, but I was,
The first time.
I was only 3, so I don't really remember.
So it's aliens.
No, but I remember when we went to NASA for like a couple gigs, you'll see photos of like moon exhibitions, and like I'm like, are they going back? And we're like, it's not like not talked about.
So apparently what they're saying is that we had the technology back in the 60s, 50s.
Early, yeah.
And this was during the time where the U.S. was competing against Russia. So Russia had, things in orbit already. And the U.S. was trying to compete with Russia. And this is what led to the nuclear arms race. But the thing is, Russia was trying to do space exploration and whatnot. All the other countries were too. And then the U.S. all of a sudden says, hey, we went to the moon. So in a way to show that we had like a much higher sophisticated technological advancement over other countries, people are suggesting that no, it was all fake. And you can tell from the video clips themselves that a lot of it was like shot with like, some type of low res, but like they did some type of thing to like darken the background, all the other stuff, to make it look like that. So that put other countries at bay to be like, okay, we can't mess with the U.S. because they got technology to go to the moon. But ever since then, we've never been back to the moon.
We've never been back, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. They said we've never been back and we lost the technology to go back, and you can't follow any of the documents.
Then I think it's fake.
I don't think it's fake. I don't think it's fake.
All I needed to know is if we've been back yet.
See, but this is the thing. I just feel like people are going to say stuff. How do we know that they're openly going to tell us we lost the technology that we... Why would they say something like that? And also disclose to us that we originally put a man on the moon just to show that we're a threat. So how do we know that information? And which it doesn't help.
All of it's been documented.
No, but that's what I'm saying. If it's documented, why wasn't it said whenever Armstrong went to the moon?
Well, apparently he never gave any interviews about it. Like people would question him, and he never wanted to talk about it.
I did hear something recently, like the second guy on the moon. Like nobody knows his name, right? Or some people, but he, I think he even said something about it being fake.
Yeah,
like he was one of the guys that was there.
Wait. But in fact, Joe Rogan, and this is the last thing I want to show you.
Joe Rogan is a human.
Well, he brought this up.
That means they could lie to you.
Why do you think the moon landing?
He's from the moon. That means he could lie to you. All these people say stuff.
Yeah, hey man, let me finish. Let me close this out.
Go ahead.
So Joe Rogan actually had a debate, and this is some of the points that he brought up in this whole discussion.
You don't think the moon landing is real?
No, I don't. No. Do you?
Yeah.
Why do you think the moon landing is real? Why don't you tell me why?
I saw it on television.
Oh, you're a genius. Oh, beep that.
Okay, we'll bleep it. Okay, we got
That's genius. You saw it on TV? That's awesome. I'm going to show you some CGI. I'm going to show you King Kong. I saw that on TV, too. There's an 80-foot gorilla. He's running around kidnapping white chicks. You should check it out. 1972 was the last time a human being has been through the Van Allen radiation belt. 1972. That's the last time. There's been only 7 trips ever that human beings have ever gone past 400 miles. Every single...
This is the problem. You're telling me don't believe what the guy saw on TV, and then you're going to show me a map of some stuff.
You're going to tell me
that listen. You're going to tell me
No. I'm just showing you the Van Allen radiation belt.
But more people will lie. You will be deceived by your ear more than you will by your eyes. So the fact that you're going to tell me that it hasn't happened, and you can explain to me why it hasn't happened, but then for somebody to see it and be like, more convinced that
how many times have you seen something on TV?
I've seen a textbook. I think the point though is that like, how do you believe someone's proof but not someone else's?
Exactly.
Proof?
Yeah.
So that's the thing, and that's
why believe? Even though
you can see anything on
why
TV.
Believe Joe Rogan and then not someone else?
No, it's more of the technological terms and the stuff that he's referencing. So like I'm not saying like
I'm sure NASA has a bunch of technical stuff
to prove that they've been to the moon.
Yeah, I mean, moon rocks, all the stuff. They say that this is actual part evidence and whatnot. Like, I mean, I've seen from both sides.
I do think it's weird to not have gone back.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like,
especially since we've made like.
But why would you go back? There's nothing.
Well, no. Apparently, we're trying to go back, and we're trying to go to like. They're saying we can't go back. It's not like we didn't want to go back. It's like we can't.
Well,
we can't.
Then maybe they did go. But there was something there off video, like aliens or whatever, and they're like, no, they've literally fucking said we could not go.
Well, I mean, I think that's way more plausible.
They're not allowing us to go back.
They said you can't come back, or we're gonna go there. We're gonna go there.
And the government is kind of like, the government's like, we can't tell you everything, but just trust us.
You can't go back.
I mean, that's what I feel like that would be more plausible.
Fake.
No, I mean, I'm pretty sure like we have the technology to go back because like just the amount of stuff we know about space in general. Like we know more about space than we do about like the ocean.
But they're literally saying we can't go back.
But can't they be lying saying that we can't go back?
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm saying. We can't.
No. But I think they would. No, I think if they said that we can go back, I think it would be lying because if we could, we would have.
No, but you don't know. We probably did. The thing is,
how many astronauts have we tried to send?
You won't know. The thing is, you won't know. But the fact that you believe that their initial statement that they went is false over we lost our files to go. Like, you know what I'm saying? They
said we lost the technology.
We lost the technology. So you believe we lost the technology over.
I don't think we lost technology. I just think that technology never existed.
So you're just not believing anything.
Pretty much.
Do you believe you're real?
Well, it's like space. Then
my thing is
send something to.
I think that aliens can exist because they might live in a far more advanced civilization than what we do here on Earth.
Yeah,
but. For us to say back in like 1960, we went there and all we had was like some telescopes and some old analog devices. Now we've hit the digital age where we've done stuff. We used to need a room like the size of this to like store like 8 megabytes. Now we can store it like on, your cell phone or whatever.
Yeah.
So for us to not be able to say we can't just do that, like something that we've achieved almost 70, almost
the point
a century
is,
ago.
We don't know anything.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, they could be going to the moon every month for all we know. We'll never know.
Every month.
Yeah. Because we don't have access to that information. And those who do are, I'm sure, like, just with the government, they don't need to tell anybody anything.
But think about this: like some astronauts got stuck up in space, and NASA couldn't get them down.
That's true. No, that's.
And then
are they down yet?
I think they're expected to come down.
I think they're back already.
I think so. Yeah,
man, I hope so.
And I think
that they were expected to come down around like June. We don't know the
word. Apparently, they're there for something, and then it required a little more time. So the astronauts, I remember when I saw the live through the news, they're basically saying, "Yeah, no, we enjoy being out here, so it doesn't matter. Like if things need to be done, we have the option to come back or stay." Which I don't believe that 100%.
Yeah.
But I don't think they were stuck. I just don't know.
How else would you not be stuck in space?
Yeah.
No, I just know I don't know what's happening. The fact that they're able to get back tells you something.
Well, I mean, they asked Elon to use SpaceX to go get them down, and
so Elon has technology to go to the moon.
Well. No, not to the moon. They weren't on the moon. They were in the space station.
But that's what I'm saying.
They were in the space station.
If you're saying that we can't even survive in space, or we got people stuck in space, so Elon had to come save us.
No. So we could still. We have like we know satellites and stuff like that exist. Like we shoot satellites up there every week.
Yeah, but I'm sure also where the space station is. I'm sure the moon is much.
It is.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm like, we can't say Elon had to save it, so that NASA doesn't have the technology. But you can't say that because it's like saying our cars, just because a car is broken, like a car breaks, that means we haven't mastered the creation of cars or
no, but
you know, like
but
Wait,
you know what I mean.
I see what he's saying. Is like basically like anyone here, our car can break. Okay. So just because like our car can break, does that mean that
break down? Like you're throwing me off.
Break down. It can do top rock footwork, freeze. No, but like so like our car can break down. So just because like our car break down, like does that mean that we don't have the technology to have
to
functioning
drive from
cars
here to Katy? Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And
like
if escalators could also break, then when helicopters come in, then it's like the
shut up.
Well,
shut up.
Yeah. But my thing is, it's like if NASA
I already knew where it was going.
Tilt the needle because they're
but the thing is, NASA hasn't made significant developments in space exploration
that we know
that we know of.
Well,
we don't know what they're doing. Like
no, but still, but they still asked for someone else to do that, and he just recently is coming up with some of these like these technological discoveries in the past decade,
and he's sharing it with us.
Yeah, Elon is.
No, he's not sharing it with, because anybody that has the technology is not going to give it to the country.
No, not sharing the actual IP, but I mean, he's actually showing like, yo, we can catch this spaceship with a chopstick. We can go up here and recycle this stuff.
Chopstick.
Man, cars are breaking.
But this having this conversation, just delete this.
No, but like the thing is, like even now we're still learning more about space. So we don't know what NASA is doing. Like we're still learning about black holes. We're still learning about like how far like one galaxy is from another. So it's like
I mean, but that stuff's been discovered. Like
Not
how
even.
like, what the telescopes and stuff like that.
We're continuing to make more developments like through time. So
Man,
like
you know what was like not talked about much though is when the White House did say like confirm that they're aliens.
Yeah.
I feel like that like no one ever talked about that.
Yeah, for sure.
The Area 51 type stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
but that's beyond that.
But that's been a thing. But yeah, I know they talk about.
They started talking about it this year, talking about like stuff that's happening between.
I want to look more into that and see like what have they let out.
But all right, here's a question: do y'all think space is cold or do y'all think it's hot?
Cold.
Oh, that's a good question.
overall cold, but
Now why?
I guess because in movies they freeze.
The vacuum of space is cold. It gets the heat from the sun.
Right. But at the same time,
Kano. He be teaching Kano.
Yeah.
Kano be teaching.
Kano's like one. He's like,
No, but all right. So there's an absence of air molecules in space, right? So it's a vacuum, which means that
Get him out of here.
I know, get out of here. But so that means no particular type of molecule can be heated, right?
heated. Mm-hmm.
But if you're no, but if you're in space, right? The thing is, you're actually exposed to an exorbitant amount of radiation because you yourselves are molecules and whatnot, right? So if we go into space, that's why we have to wear the astronaut suit and all that stuff, or else we die from radiation poisoning. And then that in itself, wouldn't that heat you up? Wouldn't that do this?
So like
the only reason why the vacuum would kill you is because there's an absence of air to for you to be able to breathe.
So you know how like in movies, like let's say someone's suit gets cut and they duct tape it, like those couple seconds, would that kill them? If let's say there was an opening,
If
for
it cuts,
5
it's gonna
seconds.
pop.
Yeah, that's what people say
done.
too. I know other movies are kind of like, oh, duct tape it, like
duct tape.
Duct tape. That thing gonna last.
Yeah, you're gonna need more than duct tape.
I'm wondering, like, if you're exposed even for a second, are you done?
Well, they say like it depends, like all the fluid, like think about all the air molecules in your blood vessels, like all of those things trying to escape, like
once.
Yeah. So like that's like I mean I haven't seen any research or anyone try to do some type of scientific research and seeing how fast air molecules could escape your veins, like in a vacuum.
All right, let's try it.
Yeah.
All right. So why do you think? So you think?
Nose goes.
So you think space is warm?
I wouldn't say that it's warm. I think it's nothing. But until something's there, then that thing would probably heat up.
Then where does the radiation come from?
Okay, I think it's cold,
The sun.
but it warms up when you blow up.
Yeah, exactly. So it will come from. Yeah, it should be cold then.
Well, what my thing is, it's like I still think it's like I think it's cold, right? But the thing is, due to it, well, actually,
it's
so. Here's the thing: there's a lot of things to be
cold,
said.
It's cold because I mean the proof is already that there's planets that are just ice, like
okay.
Neptune and like
but there's also planets that are hot.
Yeah, the ones that are closer to the sun.
Right.
So away from the sun, what is space? I mean, it's cold because the ones that are frozen ice, they're the ones that are away from the sun.
Okay,
here, man.
all right. Here's a real question.
where's Kano?
I mean, I feel like Kenny would know because of Kano, but
Because of Kano.
but
Why is he the scientist? He's like 4 years old.
I know because he's just learning.
He just
it.
knows it.
Can anybody name the order of the planets starting from the sun?
My very educated mother just served us 9 pizzas. So that's
Why do you remember that?
so that's Mercury, Venus. Wait, that's Mercury, Venus, Mars, Earth.
No.
Wait,
All
my
right.
very educated, Mercury, Venus, Earth. Wait,
My very
educated mother.
Mars
No,
serves. Right?
there's no.
I
Because
don't know where.
I know the order. I'm just seeing it.
Wait, no, my
Yeah, I knew Kenny
very.
would know.
I'm trying to remember this song. It's been so long. My very educated mother. What? How did the Earth come in there?
When you said my very educated,
Yeah. Okay. My very Venus. Wait. Mercury, Venus, Earth,
Mars.
Mars.
Mother.
Yeah. So Mars is after Earth.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then I thought that's what I said earlier.
Earlier you switched Mars.
Yeah, earlier.
Okay. So my very educated mother, just Jupiter, serves Saturn, us, Uranus, 9. Wait. Yeah.
Neptune.
Yeah, Neptune, 9, Pizza, Pluto. Is that 9? Did I say all 9?
Hey, good job, Jeffrey.
Hey, but
Repeat
Pluto's
that.
not a
song.
planet.
Sing the song. Repeat it, Jerry. You better sing it.
Very educated.
With that?
Shot.
All right, now name the dwarf planets.
All right, tell me, what came first? The sun or the light?
The sun.
The light
has time to travel.
You need light.
I mean,
like you're just
the
saying
light
that
bulb.
mass just existed.
No, you know what? Y'all two need to go read the Bible, Genesis. Y'all see, y'all find the answer.
Yeah, let them know.
I say light. The light is light.
We're talking about when it says "Let there be light."
It says God created first, basically
the heavens and the earth.
Yes, the heavens and earth. It's still dark. He said then he decided to create light, and then after that he said he wanted to distinguish.
Wait, I said
day
light
from day. Yeah. But
so Joel's the only dumb one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said
I
he
said
wanted to distinguish the nighttime from the daytime, and that came after light.
So it's just lit.
Yeah, he created light.
No, but maybe God created the sun. Therefore, there was light. Wait, listen. And then when there's night and day, then it started spinning.
Someone go get this man.
Somebody get him out of here.
Look at him.
All right, but like Joe Rogan was saying,
Space station mission, every space shuttle, every satellite, all of those are inside the protective Van Allen radiation belts, which start at 1,000 miles. They go from 1,000 miles to, depending on who you ask, if you ask NASA, 24,000 miles. If you ask James Van Allen, the guy who discovered it, it's 67,000 miles of intense radiation that's in a gigantic donut band that covers around the Earth. Now, even if you got outside of that band, you have to deal with solar cycles. There's the apex of a 20-year solar cycle was between 1969 and 1972. All the time with these guys are making those missions. Any one of those guys out there in those tiny little aluminum shielded crafts would have been killed instantly during any solar flare.
Why fake it?
Thank you, Kyle. Why not fake it?
You should open with that.
If you look at any of the footage online, it looks ridiculous. It looks stupid. If you look at the videos, it looks ridiculous and dumb. You know why? Because in 1969, nobody anticipated that we were going to have VCRs and the internet. We were going to be able to watch that. They wanted to win the Cold War. The Soviet Union's had over 10 firsts in space. First man in space, first woman in space, first they had everything. First dog in space. They had first satellite. They were so much more advanced than the Americans were. But the Americans were more advanced in trickery, and that's what they did. They figured out a way to fake it. That's why when Neil Armstrong got back, first of all, he went insane. They went into a deep depression. So did Buzz Aldrin. He became a huge alcoholic. He gave no interviews. Neil Armstrong still to this day will not give interviews. He gave one speech that he gave at the 25th anniversary of the moon landing, and this is what he said in front of America's best honor students. He said, "We have here amongst us America's best and brightest." And the quote was, "You will achieve many great things if you could peel away one of truth's hidden layers." That's a speech this guy gives standing in front of the top honor students of the country. Not, "I went to the moon." He doesn't say that. He gives this cryptic speech. Now, Bill Clinton, in page 100, I think it's 156 of his book, My Life, he gives this story about how when he was a kid, he was working with this carpenter. And this carpenter said, "I don't believe man landed on the moon." It was 3 months after the moon landing. And he said, "I thought that guy was ridiculous." He said, "You know what? I don't believe anything those TV fellows show you." He said, "After 8 years in the White House, I thought maybe that guy was ahead of his time."
Wow.
This is in Bill Clinton's autobiography.
Wow.
This is in his book. There's no way people went on the moon. There's no way.
By the way,
It's impossible today. China wants to go back to the moon. They don't even have a clue how to do it. They're going to try to get there in 2020. America thinks we could possibly go back in 2017. All of the hard data, the telemetry data, 14,000 reels is missing. No one can find it. What the telemetry data is, that's the binary data, the ones and the zeros that show the distance between the command module and the Earth during every step of the way on the way to the moon and back, which you can't fake. They don't have that. They can't find it, which you would think would be in a locked golden vault in the Smithsonian. But no, they can't find it. Well, they say, well, they placed laser reflectors on the moon. You can shoot a laser beam. That's proof. Well, it's not proof because the Russians did it twice with unmanned probes. The Russians also collected space samples and samples of the moon.
Very amazing, and I've had these guys on. And
which guys?
The different guys on the internet that are behind.
There's a lot of guys, and I've debated that one guy, that Phil Plate from Battleship. I clown that guy because it seems so solid. We went to the moon. It seems so solid until you look at.
So that's pretty much it.
Question. But so then, how do we get the Mars rover to the Mars? That's even further to the moon. And the Mars rover is pretty big, bigger than a person. I'm like, how could you get a whole thing like that over there?
I don't know how big the Mars rover is, but
I'm pretty sure it's
no. But you could.
big.
you can send things off. Like you can shoot it in that direction and make it land. Like they've done all those simulations and stuff like that where you saw them deploying the parachutes and it like going through the atmosphere of Mars and doing all this stuff. But
I'm just saying that there's a lot of stuff in there that I could combat and easily just ask a simple question.
Easy.
Of how do you know? And I just think there's people are easily... And I just don't like when people talk like that, where they just don't
like throw out a bunch of stuff.
A lot of
like,
things.
Don't you understand that it's just 60,000? I'm like, what if I said
why
that?
Is that?
But I feel like a lot of it's credible.
And I'm sure you can't even compute that. So why are you saying all these things that you can't compute? And it's just people that just regurgitate things.
They heard it.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just like, well, let's break it down. Let's break it down. If you could tell me all of this, then tell me why our human bodies itself, how does our human body operate? Why can't we still discover certain things in our bodies? Why are we still fighting for cancer? Why? But you know all of this stuff. You know all of this, but you can't tell me this. So it's just a lot of things that I'm like, there's just a lot of things in this world that we're not going to know.
Yeah.
We're going to make assumptions.
Okay, so do y'all think that we could either go back or go for the first time to the moon in our lifetime?
In our lifetime?
Do you think it'll happen before we pass away? Like, let's say we live till we're 80.
I don't think that's a priority.
But do you think it'll happen?
I think it could.
It could.
I think the way that Elon is going about it, like
I just
caught a spaceship with chopstick.
Watch, let's say they do go to the moon and the footage looks way different. Like
Well,
they're not like this anymore.
Yeah.
It's just like instead like you know, like I don't know, like what if they're like
and
like
they just
super
continue
high,
flowing.
you know,
That's how I feel like it would be.
You know, like I just wonder like if that's like I feel like that'll be a big sign. Like maybe like we'll really know it didn't happen if like they don't want to show footage.
Well,
they went to the moon, but they don't want to show.
They made some discoveries about like Mars and the real color of it, and just recently that they said that they found like liquid, like there was actually like liquid on the surface of Mars and stuff like that, and the planet isn't even red. It's not a red glow. It's actually supposed to be like some greenish type of color.
That's weird,
but it could look different from like a side, like from far. Because let's say even right now when we look in this telescope, whenever what was it? There's something that happened where you could see like Mars with the telescope.
I mean, they put like one of the most
clearest
images of the moon recently, and there, you see like some blues and yellows.
Yeah,
it just looks
it's crazy.
So sometimes you do just see like different colorations.
Yeah.
But once you're there, it just you get a clearer view.
All right. Well, I think we're gonna end it there.
Next.
So if you find yourself in space, don't hold your breath. It's better to just let yourself breathe.
And pretty much we've all learned that we didn't learn anything.
Yeah, basically.
That's actually for real. Like if you're able to live in space, like stay up in space, it's better to not hold your breath because you'll die quicker. It's like better to just breathe normally.
That's interesting.
But I mean, regardless, you're gonna die. But that's just a fun fact.
And also, next episode of Hotpot, we're filming it on the moon.
Thank you.
So be ready for that.
Hey, Elon, come scoop your boy up.
Yes,
so like we said, guys, thank you for joining us on this episode of the Hotpot. And be sure to check in with us on YouTube, Instagram, like, subscribe. Also, be sure to check out thehotpotstudio.com to search all your favorite episodes and to shop it with your favorite merch.
Yeah.
Anything else, guys?
That's it.
Hotpot.
Did y'all learn anything?
We learned a lot.
I'm just skeptical of everything now.